You ate poop?
No, that's, that, the,
Okay, you eat bananas and strawberry, raspberry, blueberry.
what,
Poopy butt. Poopy butt.
I,
Poopy butt. And you poopy butt.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to do a stream about women. How about kids?
I know, the kids are evil. No, I actually had to mute. That way I can get forceful, and they got the message. There we go. Now, what we're going to talk about today. It's almost like Home Improvement when Tim Allen was bitching about his wife. But I'm not really bitching about my wife, although I kind of am. Yeah, okay. Shut up, woman. Okay, so out of nowhere, here I am just
Speaking of
chilling.
what,
No, just check it out. I'm just chilling, right? Just hanging out. I got a blanket on because it's a little chilly, but you know, it's not that cold. We're grown ups. Put a fucking blanket on. Put a sweater on. You're alright. It's not that cold. She walks in, looks around. You see just a hint of rage in her eyes. She storms out, doesn't say a word. Comes in with firewood and just throws it. There it is in the middle of the room, just a colossal thunk. And it explodes everywhere. And with a fury, she yells, "Where's the fire?" Well, I've had a fire going for 2 weeks straight. I mean, what's going on here? One day I decided to take the day fucking off and you're flipping out. And then in and out she goes, just throwing firewood. How about you start dinner? Well, if I get up, the firewood's gonna hit my damn foot. I ain't moving. I'm scared. Here I am, just in the corner with a blanket. You know. Okay, long story short, wife was a little irritated because it was cold. Now,
long story short, Mad Dodge is a total pansy.
no,
You're
no, no, shut up, woman. Nobody asked you. Okay, well, here's the thing. No. Oh, yeah. See, now I gotta argue on the mic and off the mic. This isn't working very well.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Okay, is the woman done talking?
No, I'm not.
Jacob's in the chat. What's up? At least you're more sane than the woman over on the couch. And I'm ducking, waiting for firewood to be thrown my way. Okay. But when it comes to like the home improvement thing, right? He would go on there and he would like vent about his home life and just make jokes about it, which is pretty much what I'm doing as well. Is that a healthy outlet to just fucking make jokes about your regular life, or is that a bad thing? What say you?
Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry. Are the women folk allowed to talk?
Perhaps for just 30 seconds. We're keeping it on a timer.
Shit. Well, honestly, I really am the wrong woman to ask about that because I view women the same way I view children. They should kind of be seen and not heard.
Seen and not heard.
I know, fascinating concept, huh?
Okay. Oh my god, children. Sorry about that.
See, now, don't you agree with my seen and not heard theory?
Well, no, and Jacob says, Mad Dodge. Well, now you have to argue in chat over a game of trannies versus Lord of the Womans, aka King of Sharia law. Um, Odd. Barry would like to know where Daddy Doku is. Daddy Doku had some teeth drilled out. He's a little preoccupied with, I don't know, not killing himself over drastic mouth pain.
Yeah, especially since he's not the type to take like medication or anything.
But, okay, so seen but not heard. Elaborate on that. Because I did send the link to Penoid. We'll see if Repeal the 19th himself shows up or not. We don't know. But
All right, actually, let me clarify on that. I don't mean all women. I need to classify between women and broads.
my buddy Dave asked, is there a difference? I second that
Yes.
thought. What's the difference?
A broad is a woman that shouldn't be allowed to speak.
What are you willing to do to correct her inclination to speak?
Pour alcohol down her throat.
Well, that's better than the whip, I guess.
No, the whip would make her scream, and as much as I do enjoy that occasionally, it gets really high pitched and really piercing and painful after a while. Alcohol subdues, makes them lazy.
So, okay. When it comes to men versus women, usually people go with the stereotypical women are more emotional, men are more stoic. Do you agree with that aspect, or do you take a different stance on it, really?
I would disagree with the word stoic. I would say it's more of a rational emotion versus an emotional rational or an emotional logic as
Well,
far as
you're.
a man.
Yeah, no, sorry once again about the crying. But, yeah, stoic kind of gives the preconception
Stoic,
that you're more aloof, right? More separated
yeah,
from everything.
nihilistic about everything, as opposed to you're just thinking from a mathematical standpoint versus an artistic standpoint.
See, I would actually make the argument that men are just as emotional as women. We were
Yeah,
taught from birth to deal with it differently. And the outlet that we deal with it in, and in context to our interactions, is drastically different. Where women are more manipulative. They. Okay, you got a group of 5 women, all 5 of them hate each other. You
excuse
can
me.
almost bet on it. You can almost bet all 5 of those women that are chatting each other up and being completely nice to each other's faces, they all hate each other. Men aren't that way. If we don't like each other, we fucking say it. That's still an emotion.
Yeah, but the EQ scale is different with men and women. And the EQ scale, to be honest, is a bunch of BS in the first place. But
Well, no, and speaking of women, my daughter Brianna just walked up. Daddy, you have any money? What? Like, it's 7 o'clock at night. You're 3 years old. What do you need money for? Get out of here.
Hookers and blow.
But I mean, I do believe honestly though that men are just as emotional as women. It's just the way we put it out there is different. And don't get me wrong, men are manipulative. Look at the business world. You'll see it firsthand. If you don't think
I
Donald Trump,
completely,
yeah, and go ahead. What's your thoughts?
no, to be perfectly honest, I completely agree that, but the ways that men and women go about things are completely different. Unless you get outliers, like, well, to be honest, like me, that I'm just a blunt asshole. Usually, women will sit there and try to use emotions to manipulate you. Men will use statistics to manipulate you. They will use facts that are one sided to manipulate you. Women will feed off of that humanity more than men will, I think, personally.
Well, yeah, I think also card B, if it's not card A. If it's not the first card they throw down, it's definitely the second, is the waterworks. And hey, it works. There's a reason that's the second go to, if not the first, because it works. And Batman, links in general if you would like to join, dude. But no, Kim, you're you're a woman. Have you used the waterworks to get your way? And if so, what was the thought process behind it?
To be honest, that's not my style. Like, I literally will hang up a phone if I start crying because I don't want to be a bitch. But I've had women that did try to do that to get their way before, like, where they were sitting there brooding, wanting something, and I'm just sitting here watching, and it's like, well, you just don't care. You don't love me. You blah, blah, blah. Like complete deflection. And then the waterworks turn on. And at that point in time, I'm just usually like, yeah, okay, get out.
Well, it really is the most emotionally manipulative thing that you can do. And if you run on the idea that men subdue their emotions, why would that work so well? Right?
Well, men do try to subdue their emotions, which is why a lot of times their emotion comes out in anger and rage instead of, the fear and guilt that women do. It's all part of the same spectrum of feelings. And I hate to be like, psychological about things and get into all that stupidness, but they're all part of the same fear response. Men and women manipulate for the same reasons. It's just the process of which they go about it is completely different, depending on the estrogen and the testosterone level of each person.
Well, no, and actually, that kind of brings me to another point here. Like, okay, so this isn't really about men or women. This is in general. But when somebody is cheating on somebody else, they project their own actions upon the other person, right? So that's the biggest tell. Oh, where were you? Who's he? What are you doing? That's probably because he's got 3 girls on the side, right? Um, if it was that easy to figure out, then why couldn't they correct that action? Why do they still project?
I tend to disagree just because I, well, I don't know. I guess I'm slightly biased in that.
That'll be me shutting off my mic.
What?
I said that echo would be me shutting off the stream.
I don't know, man.
Hello.
What's up, Batman?
Not much. I think I've got to disagree with you about men trying to suppress our emotions. Our emotions, well,
No, they come out in anger and rage.
only when we've got a reason to be angry and enraged. But generally, I think men's emotions are somewhat different to women's emotions. They're not less. They're just a little bit different, but different enough to be noticeable. I mean, evolution shaped men and women for different jobs. So it stands to reason that our emotional makeup is going to be different as well. If that makes any sense.
It does, but it overall honestly stems mostly from the chemical balances within your brain.
Which kind of disrupted with all the stuff that goes into our diet and medication in the modern world.
Well, Jesus, that's like a whole different 5-hour stream right there.
Well, Batman, I know you were trying to join when we were at that last part, but I would like your opinion on the projection aspect. So, like, let's say, dude has 3 different girls on the side. He starts accusing his old lady of cheating. He's projecting his own actions upon her. That seems to be the telltale sign.
Yeah,
why do they keep doing it?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen it done by other lads, and I've been on the receiving end myself. So it's something that happens, with both bloody sexes, isn't it? Men do it, women do it. And it's a shitty move, no matter what. I think it stems from some kind of insecurity, to be perfectly honest.
And I will definitely agree with that part. That aspect of it, I think, is a key opponent or key.
I also think there's some kind of emotional immaturity in there as well.
Not necessarily. If you've been hurt enough times, you can kind of just have that natural distrust of people.
Yeah,
and no matter how much you love somebody, deep down, you still feel like there's a part of that that is going to hurt you. Which is why I'm saying yes, I do believe a lot of people use projection, but I also believe that's a lot of younger people. I see it a lot more in, high school kids, 20-somethings, things like that, than I do in adults.
I see.
Well, when it comes, here's another question, Batman. I'm going to throw this to you directly. When it comes to the differences between men and women, where does that put the trans people? Half and half.
Exactly the same boat as the rest of us. End of the day, they're still human beings, so.
Well, I kind of made a joke out of it, but seriously.
Kind of.
Well, yeah, only kind of, because here we go. Here's the real question. When you start throwing hormones and other medications into the mix, you start to change your brain's chemistry. So you start to actually shift from a man to a woman or vice versa. Now,
Well,
I can't imagine how that could go wrong, Batman.
what we call real trans people, the people who actually feel gender dysphoria and a desperate need to transition from one sex to the other, their brains are already functioning like that to a large degree. Because, a lot of our emotional and psychological responses come from hormones, but a lot more come from the actual architecture of the brain.
Yes, but that's not your chemical balance in the brain. That's not testosterone versus estrogen levels.
If
you understand what I'm saying here.
But
A lot of that actually does have to do with the estrogen and testosterone levels.
yeah, that's what I said. A lot of it does, but a lot more has to do with the actual architecture of the brain. Estrogen in a man has similar emotional what's the word I'm looking for? Effects.
Emotional responses.
Yeah, it has a similar effect to how it affects a woman, but not totally similar. There are very noticeable differences because a man's brain has a different architecture to a woman's brain. Therefore, the effects are going to be different because it's dealing with a different system.
Just like the physical anatomy is completely different.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like trying to put an oval peg rather, into a round hole. Yeah, it's similar, but it doesn't exactly fit. My God, I'm starting to sound like a liberal.
Yeah, no, sorry about the dead air. I was dealing with lasagna.
I'm starting to sound like a liberal. I'm going to go out and hang myself.
Well, no, the plastic is turning the goddamn frogs gay, but we won't touch upon that tonight. We're here to bitch about women.
Always been gay.
Well, just because they could change sexes randomly doesn't make them gay. It makes them trans.
The French.
No, it makes them hermaphroditic.
No, it doesn't even make them not. Frogs and I think some species of birds and other like reptiles and amphibians. If the population contains too much of one sex, then some of that sex are going to transition into the opposite to even the numbers out. It's just a survival mechanism.
There are a lot of fish and aquatic critters that do that also.
Yeah. And from what I've heard, California as well.
I'm going to keep throwing the questions out here. This one, Kim. Okay. So, as the only female representative here on the panel, because Batman might be gay, but he's not a chick. Now, yes, I went there, Batman. Sorry.
You said you were never going to tell, you bitch.
I know. I just outed you. That's bad.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
The bigger question is, how does he really know?
Well, we're not going to discuss that.
It's the first time Dodger fan's going to knock anything out the park, isn't it?
But no, Kim, this question goes to you. Okay. So women, when they're teenagers, they like the bad boy, right? And then they get their heart broken about 10 times. And then they go to the guy they should have dated the whole time. You know, the dude they put in the friend zone 10 years ago. Why? Why is that? What the fuck?
First off, you were asking the wrong chick, and this is why I was telling you I probably shouldn't be the chick for the stream. Because think about it. I'm dating Goku.
Yo, what?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, he's
I heard he was a master hypnotist, but I didn't realize he was this good.
That's great. He totally roofied her, but no, it doesn't matter how he got her. He already put the net on. But no, isn't that a thing though? It's really interesting too to watch. Like especially once you're no longer the
It's not
teenage
just a
boy that was
teenage girl.
chasing the girl, right? Like
It's
you're
not
no
just a
longer
teenage-
that dude in the fucking
Mad.
frying pan, so you get to just watch and laugh.
Mad. It's not just teenage girls. It's all on average. I'm not saying everyone because on average, a woman finds the bad boy attractive because he's going to provide her with strong offspring.
it's
Right?
very true.
And
But at the
when she's
same
pregnant-
time,
when she's pregnant and when she has children, she's going to look for the stable guy who's going to provide her with security.
at the
That's-
same time, I do have to say one thing though. It does go both ways because the good boys love the goth girls.
Yeah, no, and
That means I'm
Pinoid,
not avoided.
no, and Pinoid, I sent you the link because we're bitching about women. It's totally Mr. Repeal the 19th stream. So,
You
welcome to
shouldn't
the
have
show.
sent- You shouldn't have sent Pinoid the link because he's all about female gorillas.
Oh man, listen, look, legitimately, I thought it said National Libertarian sent me a link. I was concerned, like after all the Scooby stuff that happened today. I was like, oh no, what is this nonsense? This can't be good. Oh man, like I wanted to stop by and say what up, man. I was actually thinking about you earlier, and I'm not in your Discord, so I couldn't hang out and have a conversation with you. I was depressed for a second.
It took me 3 minutes to find the Discord because he's changed the fucking name and
No, I didn't.
Google.
My wife sat at my computer today. That's what happened. She
How
changed
did
the
I-
picture and shit, like everything.
Hold on a minute, Mad. How did she sit at your computer? Has she been slipping her foot out of the leg irons again?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Somehow she got out of the chain that's wrapped around the stove. I don't know how. I'm
Yeah, I
getting a
told
new
you.
locksmith.
I told you need to chain her to the radiator. All right, that stove fucking handle is extremely flimsy. Okay,
You know
like
what
she
it is.
will pop that bitch right off.
You know what it is, Pinoid.
What's up?
Mad stove
Dude,
is
the
on wheels.
radiator is even easier to get out of. Come on, man. And besides that, I would have taught her how to pick locks by now. You guys
That's
are
why-
amateurs.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why.
that's why you
Yeah,
can't let
bro.
women talk to each other.
Right,
All
Kev,
right, you don't. Go
Kev,
ahead, man.
that's why you use a welding kit to put the leg irons on.
I hear you. I'm with your ideology. Who cares about the flash burn? yo, but I'm saying like that. Then there's a reason why you don't let your woman talk to other women. They be giving them bad ideas, like picking locks and shit.
There's
Yeah,
one thing
no,
I
and
remember,
no, real quick, Batman. We got Candid Lynn in the chat. She's like, I don't know what's going on, but your wife is right. Yeah, see, that's why I don't let you talk to my wife, Candid. Shut up.
that's actually something I was going to touch on. It's something. I'm forgetting the name. Karen Strawn said, "Women have an own group preference that men don't." I mean, if a guy came to you who you've never met before, Mad, and said, "Oh, your wife's been cheating on you with several guys around town," you wouldn't believe it because you know your wife, right? But if a woman who your wife had never met came up to her and said that you've been cheating on her with several women around town, she's more likely to believe it because women have an own in-group preference that men don't. Again, on average.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
I've seen it happen quite a few
Absolutely.
times. It's happened to me. It's happened to friends of mine.
Yeah.
And we've never been, to the best of my knowledge, none of us have cheated on our girlfriends, but some lass who, for reasons of her own, has decided to bust up the relationships, going, "Oh, your boyfriend's cheating on you, you know." Is he? The bastard! Such and such.
That-
Have you ever met him before? No. Well, how do you know the truth?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, no,
like-
well, no, that's the thing though, Batman. Like I said this the other night, I think on Doc Griffin's show, but I'll say it again. Like, check it out, man. Whenever you meet your old lady's friends, at least one of that group wants to fuck you. It's true.
One of that group wants to kill you.
Yeah, and that's why they think you're cheating on them, because they know one of their friends want to fuck you. Like, they
No.
already know it.
Well, I got a question. Mad, this is for you. How are you any
don't-
better than a woman when you're sitting there trying to tell me, oh, Doki's cheating on you with what's her name, bartender?
When did I
What?
say that?
Like, yo, look,
I never
this-
said
this-
that.
Yo, this is why you don't talk to women. Like, bro, this is why you don't talk to women. You know why? Because they make everything about them. Like, yo, honey,
No.
we're talking about in general, not about you, bitch. All right? Do me a favor, go chain yourself back to the radiator where you fucking belong. Anyway, right? So, yeah, like, yo, dudes, like, that's like if you have a dude. Yo,
Why don't
go
you
back
go
to the
try to
kitchen.
find your dick and then come back and talk to me? Anyways,
I'm going to get my dick
Mad,
sucked in about 20
while
minutes.
I was talking to you.
Like, yo,
This is what
where's your man? Where is your man at? Where's your man? Do you even have one?
Hold on, everybody. I see we've got that famous rapper from the 90s in the chat there. MC Hammer.
MC Hammer.
Can't touch this. No.
No.
It's got some,
Nice segue.
Yo, but Mad Dodge, like, dude, I wanted to ask you about paleoconservatism. Do you know anything about it?
Oh, Sarah Palin.
No.
Well, that's kind of where they coined the term. Was kind of the Sarah Palin fucking wish-washy bullshit.
No,
But,
not at all. Not at all, dude. Yo, paleoconservatism started off as Murray Rothbard was like the original fucking paleoconservative individual.
Yeah, but he's not anymore. If you look at the scale, you would put Rothbard more in the ANCAP, anarcho-capitalist camp.
No, paleoconservatives are the small R Republicans. Like, yo, they're the individuals are like anti-government. Like,
Yeah,
they're
is there
like,
is there any small R Republicans anymore though? Is there? I mean, point them out to me. After Ron Paul retired, I don't see anybody.
Can I adjust the chat for a second here?
ahead.
No, MC, paleoconservatives doesn't describe you. Paleolithic conservatives describes you.
Yeah, no, MC. Now you have to click the link, motherfucker. Like,
No,
you're
MC
calling yourself a paleoconservative. Motherfucker, you're
No.
a registered Democrat. Don't fuck with
No,
me.
yo, MC's a neoconservative. Like, yo, you are not a paleoconservative. Like, me and Mad Dodge are paleoconservatives. Like, you don't even know it.
MC's
He doesn't know it.
MC's just a pale conservative.
Yeah,
He
we
never
could.
leaves the house.
Well, no, he's Jewish, so he's probably kind of more olive skinned and shit. You know?
No, he never leaves the house, so he's pale.
But no, go ahead and go forward. What's your what question are you posing here? Because I do know what paleoconservative is. I do believe that Ron Paul was not a paleoconservative. Ron Paul was a hard L libertarian, and yeah, L stands for loser. Yeah, he lost. He didn't win the presidency. You know, whatever.
He was a paleoconservative. He was not a libertarian. All right, we are not libertarians. Like, that's not where we are. Like, yo, we're anti-immigration. We're about small fucking government. We're about standing here. You hate Lincoln? Yo, paleoconservatives all hate Lincoln. How about that one?
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They all hate Lincoln because of what he did to civil liberties in the Civil War to fucking stand here and destroy the South.
He didn't do a good enough job last week.
You know who loved Lincoln? Hitler. Fact. Just saying.
Fact. Like, yo, like, yeah, there's a legit. You need to look into this on some real shit. Like you are a paleo conservative. Like they're anti-interventionist, anti like giant military industrial complex bullshit. They're anti fucking welfare spending. They're anti affirmative action. They're anti they're anti like equality measures and shit. They're pro tradition. And I mean, like, paleo conservatives are legitimately like it got really mixed up for a long time because they got beaten to death by the fucking the right wing neocons who wanted to like use the fucking military to set the Middle East on fire.
Well, okay, well, let's flip this over to Batman. Okay, so Batman, you're in the circles, man. You're around. You know how the American political parties roll, right? Where would you put paleo-conservative in the British model? Do you even have one? Do you even have a libertarian wing over there?
You'd have to quantify it for me.
Free speech. Myself, this would be my platform. Free speech, anti-death penalty, anti-abortion. I'm in favor of everybody owning a gun. I'm in favor of protecting yourself. I'm in favor of the government taxing as little as possible. Is there any political party over there that would fit my model?
I hate to say this, but the smatterings of that in all the parties, the free speech, I would say, is mainly the Conservative and the Brexit Party. But the rest of it can be found in little bits in all of the parties.
Nah, like Mad Dot, you're a paleo conservative, and that's only in America. That only exists in America. Legit.
Hold on a minute. Can you sing the Addams Family rap, please, MC?
Could I? Yes. Will I? No.
Oh, come on. Now we're hanging on your every word.
As you should.
They do what they want to say, what they want to live, how they want to live out. Come on, you know the words.
The Addams Family.
I actually have a friend of mine that has that as his ringtone for me when I call him.
I wonder why.
Dude, I'm sending you my phone number just so I can put that as your ringtone.
He will never phone you.
Why would I call him? I talk to him freaking almost every damn day.
But okay, Mr. Arizona Democrat, please explain to me how you're a paleo conservative.
There's no way you can't.
Sure, I can. Right, paleo conservatives are small federal government. Always have been. All right, they want a limited role for the federal government. All right, and they want to reduce the size of the federal government. That's all a paleo. That's all really a paleo conservative is. We've been abandoned by pretty much everybody, to be honest.
I think the United States should adopt a constitutional monarchy.
No,
we already have one. Basically, we just switch the king every fucking 4 years.
No, I was thinking you could adopt the United Kingdom.
Why would we go back to the place that we freaking left?
No. We would be joining you because you would be adopting us.
Oh, you want to become a star?
Yeah. No, that's not gonna. You have way too many Muslims over there. We're good.
Put it this way: if the United Kingdom was part of the United States, we would have more political and economic freedom than any state in the EU does.
Damn, dude! When he talked about Brexit, he was serious.
Well, while that is very true, we already have that. Why would we want to give it to you?
Real quick, I need to address this right here. Libertarians are worse than Democrats. Go fuck yourself, Ace.
He's right.
Like right up the ass, dude. No.
I gotta bounce. I thought I gotta do. I'ma holler at you, nigga.
All right, yeah, hit me up. But no, Ace, we were cool. But libertarians are worse than Democrats. Not a chance in the pits of fucking hell am I worse than Nancy Pelosi. Go fuck yourself.
You are. You
That
are.
really
Nancy
does
Pelosi.
not say very much.
Pardon?
Well, he's got a point, but that's just of a specific Democrat. In Democrats in general, just like libertarians, all right, are worse than Democrats, can still be true. I mean, after all, when you think about it, think about McCaffrey. He's a libertarian, isn't he?
It's McAfee, and
McAfee.
he's a pimp. He's a pimp. No.
And see how the proud libertarian steps on up to defend the reprobate.
Do you realize?
Hookers and hash, right, man? Dodge? Hookers and hash.
Yeah, no, dude, I'd love to hang out with him on that yacht. that would be one hell of a party until the U.S. Navy showed up. Then I'm gonna see myself out.
There are two people in this chat who are old enough to remember when politics wasn't just a popularity contest.
Oh, that's true.
That's not true. Actually, no.
And we lost Cam.
That's not true, though, Batman.
No, it is.
Politics has always been a popularity contest. Always. It was a popularity contest. Why do you think George Washington was the first president? Was he the most qualified? Probably not. I would argue.
Probably not.
I would argue.
He was a leader, and that's what
I would argue that Adams was way more qualified to lead the country than than Washington was.
No,
and then you have the third president, Jefferson.
Where do you come back making that comment?
The fact that Washington was so blind to the political intrigue within his own cabinet that he just let it happen right in front of his face. He watched the country. George Washington Washington sat there and watched the country divide into political parties, which he fucking detested, right in front of his eyes. He didn't lift a fucking hand.
Because he couldn't. Okay? When you're starting out and you've created a brand new structure, okay, you've got to sit up there and give it time to grow and see what it'll grow into. Oh, you're right. Washington did not want there to be political parties. But guess what? The structure of the country mandates it. Okay? You can argue that point all you want. But the reason you have two major political parties in this country has to do with the structure and the foundation under the Constitution. There was literally nothing Washington could have done without breaking the Constitution right after you created it, all right, in order to stop that. And you want to blame him for it? What the hell kind of history lessons did you learn?
Hold on, Lindsay. There's also the fact there, George Washington, his family was minor English nobility, correct?
No.
Pretty sure they were.
No.
George
Washington was adopted into a family. And he married Mary Custer, and that's where he got his land.
Yeah, here's my argument. Here's my argument. George Washington himself declared that we should get in no foreign entanglements. He got in foreign entanglements. He declared that we shouldn't have multiple.
George Washington get into?
He set the stage for what would become Jefferson's fucking problem.
You made an accusation.
The Barbary Pirates. He let them happen. He let it keep going. It escalated through the Adams presidency, and then it came to a climax in the Jefferson presidency.
How did he let it happen?
He let our fucking cargo ships be harassed. He let it happen. He made no move to do anything otherwise.
Navy at that point to do anything about it.
Build a fucking ship, motherfucker. Hey, dude, you got the entire fucking Midwest. Cut some trees down and fucking build a ship.
We were 13 colonies.
13 colonies with a giant swash of land that was full of timber. You're telling me, you can't build ships when the British themselves... No, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. No, wait a minute. The fucking British were harvesting the fucking Canadian timber to build their long ships for how fucking long? For how fucking long? Come on.
You can't build ships for the U.S. government unless you have the funds to build the ship for the U.S. government to create the United States Navy. Now, whether you like it or not, when you don't have that money, you have to rely on other means, such as letters of marque, which he did issue. All right, but we hadn't created enough of a navy yet because, like it or not, Congress was slow in how it was approaching these things. We don't have a king. Learn some freaking history.
You should as well. I just had did a quick Google on Washington's family. No, he wasn't adopted into Washington. That is an established family. He was actually biologically part of. It was a well-to-do family as well.
He himself did not come from that line. He had to be adopted into that branch.
Okay, real quick.
Well, then you're looking at the wrong thing because he did get adopted into the family.
MC, you want to tell me learn history? Okay. Thomas Paine, Common Sense. It lays down exactly how to build a navy, which is
once
actually.
again.
Wait, no, hey.
When
You're not going to let me talk.
Country's budget is controlled by Congress. Okay, you can't just teleport these things.
I never said you were going to fucking teleport anything. Okay, now listen really carefully. It laid out the Navy, and the only military branch in the Constitution is the United States Navy. It's the only one declared by the U.S. Constitution. And yes, that is correct.
It is not.
Do I need to reach down and grab the Constitution?
Reach down and grab the Constitution. Reach down and grab it. Because the United States Army is actually the senior service. Reach down. Have you read it?
I'm looking through the articles, but I'm not going to fucking argue. The kids are yelling behind me too. But here's the thing, though. Can we both agree the U.S. Navy is in the Constitution? Now, it's in the Constitution. I get it. I like the government moving slow. I want the legislation to have a slow movement to it. I don't want new laws every fucking month. But they can create a goddamn navy to protect our fucking borders, can't they?
Whether they can doesn't mean that they did immediately. And even when you send funding for something like a navy, you've got to sit up there and get the ships up to speed, and you've got to get the men up to speed. This is the whole point for doing shakedown cruises and everything else. And if you're going to take on something like the Barbary Pirates, you're not going to do it, okay, with just a haphazard force of a bunch of Mark raiders. Sure, you can harass them by doing that. All right, but you're not going to be able to actually do anything. It took Marine landings, all right, to finish off the Barbary Pirates to where they would leave the American ships alone. Did we have all that already prepared? No. And for you to sit up there and look at the president and say, you know what, you should have sit up there and sent that Navy that didn't exist because Congress hasn't given the funding for it. It just shows you just how your mindset is locked into the reality of today, not the reality that existed back then.
Did the United States have a ship that attacked Great Britain during the Revolutionary War?
Yes, it did. I think it was Paul Jones, captain.
And where did we get that ship?
They stole it from the English, actually. It was a sloop. That shows the overconfidence of the Royal Navy at the time. And the daringness of the people who, the revolution. Particularly that Paul Jones guy who
was definitely a character. Yes.
Yes, and I don't think he was actually American until after he performed his deeds of daring do.
Pretty much most of them. I think, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he Scottish?
Scottish or Irish?
Yeah, I think it was Scottish.
With a name like Jones, it's more likely he was Welsh.
Could have been.
That's a Welsh name.
But either way, that's very true. But then again, when you're having a Revolutionary War, pretty much who's an American is kind of up for debate. If you really want to talk about where people are born, Thomas Paine, who Mad Dodge was just mentioning, was actually born in the Caribbean.
Well, yeah, no, and everybody hated him. Every country went to kind of kick them out, and
That's why the Revolutionary War happened. Because we saw Thomas Paine in the colonies. Right, that's it. We're after that, lad.
Yeah, no, actually, that's not far from the truth. Because of all the founding fathers, we have statues of all of them, other than good old Tommy. Nobody wants to claim Thomas Paine.
I think there's a college that has a statue of Thomas Paine. I'm sorry, go ahead, Ken.
I see.
Okay, well, yeah, there you go, Kim.
There you go, what?
We thought you were going to say something.
Oh, no, I was putting socks on.
Ah. And from the sounds of it sounds like MC's desperately trying to get out the closet.
I'm trying to get out of the closet? No, I'm not trying to get out of the closet.
Oh, you like it in there, do you?
Of course I do. It's quiet.
Nice and cozy. No, I was just wondering, like, why are we talking about old white men when I thought this was supposed to be a women are evil stream? Like, I guess I hear.
Hold on a minute.
Evil every day.
What's wrong with old white men, eh?
I just said I get to read about it all day on Facebook. I'd rather not listen to it on stream as well.
Well, if you're listening to it or reading about it all day on Facebook, well, then you're doing your proper job as a woman, right?
No. Doing my job, I'd be in the kitchen.
Yep.
There's several statues of Thomas Paine. I don't know where you came up with that philosophy, man. But anyway, you're here to defend all of feminism? Is that correct, Ken? You're the feminist representative on the street.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Wait.
I don't. She sounds intelligent.
Wait, MC, do you know me at all?
Just by reputation.
I mean,
you are dating Goku. Come on.
Yeah, and I'm more of a misogynist than Goku. I say shit in Goku is like, damn, man.
Well, that's what you get for marrying Daffy Doku.
Daffy Doku, is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's what you heard.
That is epic.
It's either that or Doku Duck.
Yeah, I got the joke. It's less funny when you explain it.
No, that's just his two names. It's going to decide that MC is MC Mouse, you see.
MC Mouse?
Yep.
Okay. I was going to sit up there and put the name that it's now in Discord for me, which is MC Banhammer.
No, dude, MC Hammer Fist.
More like MC Toffee Hammer.
MC Tim Hammer.
Just the tip.
Tim, not Tip Hammer.
I'm better. And
oh my God.
Definitely not here to defend the lady folk. I think, honestly, Matt just didn't have anybody else, and he was like, well, Ken hates women. Sure, why not?
Well, not, yeah, he's probably thinking, well, that's your right, but you do too good a job.
Mad Dodge is as bitter that his wife took over the house. I don't know why he's still bitter about that. It was years and years ago.
Hey.
He's just better than
Hey, no, you know what? Wait a minute. No, that's not even okay. You're more institutionalized than I am, sir.
No,
That's
actually,
true.
MC, that's not what MC's bitter about. He's bitter that the Auckland under fives team beat the Dodgers again.
You're just never gonna live this down, man.
Well, no, and Pete from Creepy Little Books in the chat. Let's talk about hot chicks. They're all crazy though. I mean, they're like every single one of them.
They sweat too much and they're painful to touch.
I mean,
they
okay,
sweat too much and they're painful to touch. Is that what you just said?
Yes, they sweat too much and they're painful to touch.
Well, Batman, name 3 YouTube chicks that are hot that aren't crazy. I dare you.
Name a YouTube chick that's hot.
Oh, I could do that. That's fairly easy.
Okay.
Rachel Green.
No.
Rachel. Who the hell's Rachel Green?
I think he means Lacey Green.
Lacey. You think Lacey Green is good looking?
Lacey Green looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid that grew up.
No, she has that librarian look. It works.
She looks like
okay.
Her head is a perfect spear.
A perfect spear?
She looks.
Now, wait a minute. Now we need a picture of Lacey Green. How is her head a perfect spear?
Because it is perfectly round.
But it isn't.
But it is.
Yeah, like now we're gonna have to look up pictures. Comic Book Girl 19. I'm with Pete on that one. Modern Medusa. That's another.
I don't know Modern Medusa.
Yeah, but you also said that isn't crazy.
Oh, yeah, we had to stick to the not crazy part, huh?
Yeah, so all of your picks are out. Yeah,
That's a pretty round face. He is right. It's not a perfect sphere, but it's pretty round.
Hey, if it wasn't for the rest of the body and the hair and the glasses, you could play basketball with that head.
You know, if she put a beanie on and sit up there and put a little stubble on her face, she might look like frickin' Tim Pool.
Oh my God, it's Tim Pool's sister.
MC, you have fantasies about Tim Pool, don't you? At night when you're in bed alone, you fantasize about him. I'm sure of it.
No, well, you're wrong, but that's okay.
Oh shit. Jacqueline Glenn. I was gonna bring her up, Pete. And then Shoe on Head. See, we got a few.
Shoe on Head is a loon.
Yes, she is.
Shoe on Head is an absolute loon.
Yes, she is. So you know what Dodge does in his spare time? He plays patience.
This helps keep my patience, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was MC's screen, sir.
I don't care.
Yeah. Even when I'm the blame, you're to blame, man, don't you? Holy cow! That's what happens when you're a libertarian.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're the one on the border. Protect your own border. You know what I'm saying?
This coming from someone who lives in the Antifa lands. Let me know when you fix that problem, okay, pal?
Mick, I blame Dodge because he's got the broad shoulders. He can take it. He's a man. A very large, hairy man.
Ace says Day is dead. Okay, is she crazy? Is Day crazy? I don't think so. I've talked to her a few times.
No, Day is Dead is one. I do think Day is Dead is decent looking, and she also is. She's not quite a loon. Unfortunately, she has other issues.
Amanda Wolfchild. There's another one.
No, Amanda Wolfchild is crazy. I wouldn't let her anywhere near me with a knife.
No,
okay?
Amanda Wolfchild is not crazy. She's just aggressive.
She's well armed.
She knows how to shoot.
I'm not worried about her shooting skills. I'm worried about those knife skills.
I think you should be.
If she shoots me, I'm dead. It's easy.
Yeah, you think you're going to get off that lucky? It's going to be a good shot, mate.
Yeah, and a good shot does not mean a headshot.
No,
He
a
meant
gut,
gut shot is what he said.
gut.
Oh, gut.
You got to be able to
Nah.
interpret from Batman's, you know,
What
the king,
shot?
like the quote unquote king's English that he supposedly speaks.
Well, no, and
Oh,
since Cam is the only chick here, we're not gonna bring you up because we all know you're crazy. So,
Well, the thing about Cam is, let's be honest, she's dating Goku. Why am I saying Goku? For crying out loud!
What I want to know about Kev dating Doku is when does the other side have to give in and admit that she's won the bet?
I will do that, honestly.
You think it was one of those situations where she said, "Hold my beer"?
Actually, funny enough.
It's going to be like one of those romantic comedies, isn't it? Where he's doing it for a bet and she ends up falling in love with him. Only he's going to find out and he's going to break up with her in a flood of tears.
No, we met playing beer pong.
All right, so you're not dating him, you won him.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if I was the winner or loser in this competition. We came in second place, though.
well, that says it all. You came in second. I'm sorry. Hey, Goku, when you watch this later, I apologize. But
I don't. Just let you know I don't.
But okay, does the left even have anybody who's not crazy or even hot? Do they even have anybody hot over there?
Actually, they do have a few people who aren't crazy. They're called the janitorial staff.
Yeah, the only conservatives in the building.
Are you talking about YouTube? Is that what you're still talking about?
Yeah, YouTube chicks, since that's what the chat wants to talk about.
Well, I've got a question. Would Candace Owens count as a YouTube chick?
No. I don't think of her as a YouTube chick.
Just because she creates so much content, like more on here than on Fox.
I would count her as a YouTube chick. Yes.
I want to count her as hot, though. I don't see Candace Owens as attractive at all, in my opinion. And no, it's not her race. It's just I don't find her attractive.
What about Lauren Southern?
I don't think she's horrible looking. I wouldn't say that she's. I wouldn't say she's a 10, but she's definitely not. She's easier on the eyes than many other people.
That's because you're looking at her with your racist white eyes.
My eyes are blue. Thank you.
I don't think she's like drop dead gorgeous, but
Right.
I think she's pretty.
Yeah.
And
She has a very similar bone structure, just not the facial structure of Holly Berry.
I think you meant to say Aryan.
And Rand could be.
But I mean, okay, let's see. What's the left got? They got that dumb bitch from the Young Turks. I mean, as long as she doesn't open her mouth, I might hit it. You know.
Wait, no. The only way is if she did open her mouth and.
you know. Every time Annika Sperry lifts her head up, it looks like Concorde taking off.
You're saying that she's a wedge?
I'm saying that when she went in for rhinoplasty, they had to use scaffolding.
Yeah, but Batman, if you bend her over, you don't have to look at her head.
She still might poke you with her nose.
If you bent her over, she looked like one of those fucking those novelty ducks that's always drinking out the fucking glass.
Oh god! No, that's great. And Creepy Little Book's really getting into this. He's like, Tulsi can get it. So yeah, I think Pete's gonna bend Tulsi over next Philadelphia stop. Like
Yeah,
you might have to drive a few hours to Philly, but yeah.
and we all know MC wants Nancy Pelosi.
Oh God, no!
I like how Mad had the worst reaction that an MC.
Oh my god, I might throw up a little.
I know, right? Like, dude, don't make me throw up my beer. That's a waste of beer.
I know, seriously, that's exactly what I'm thinking too.
And Ace is getting worse. Mad Dodge, don't lie. We all know you edged the Dennis Riley. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's don't be stupid. We all know Mad Dodge likes Jessica and Eve.
Who?
Sorry, yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Jonathan and Eve.
But no, seriously, okay, even going out of YouTube, who does the left have that is even attractive? Because Lauren Southern. Lauren Southern, how many other conservative chicks do you have that are hot? A lot. Okay, I mean, we can't even list them all off right now. How many lefties do you have? They all look like old, shriveled up fucking Jabba the Hutt.
Well, first of all the females in Hollywood are pretty much leftists. So unless you're saying all the women in Hollywood are dogs.
All the women in Hollywood are probably leftists because that's how they keep the jobs.
Well, they had to keep Harvey Weinstein happy somehow, right?
Yeah. And
that's why they're all leftists now.
Have you noticed that more than half
Hashtag
the women,
pound me too.
Have you noticed that more than half the women in Hollywood what you might call mentally challenged as well? I mean,
no, that's just half the women in general.
Well, no, actually, MC, I would argue with you. I would say that the women in Hollywood say they're leftist, but half of them are not. I would say
you think Alyssa Milano is not a leftist?
I say they play the game to get roles.
Uh-huh.
I'd say Alyssa Milano's barely human. And she's thick as two short planks.
I have to disagree with you, man. I don't think it's a matter of them playing the game. I think that a lot of them believe that crap.
I agree.
When I was
but you know what? I would totally still give Jenny McCarthy some autism.
Have you ever? Yeah, when I was saying that, they're also seem to be quite dim. Have you ever seen Scarlett Johansson or Johansson, if you prefer, getting interviewed?
I have heard her. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, she comes across as a really nice person, but about as intelligent as a brick.
Oh, you want to talk about a brick? You take a look at the old, and I realize she's old now, but go and see the interviews from Demi Moore's time with Demi Moore. Demi Moore is the Bruce Willis when he married her because he knew that he was still teaching her the alphabet. All right, she is really dense.
She's also a man hater as well.
Yeah, she can be a man hater all she wants, but she is not. She is definitely not a Mensa candidate.
The amount of kids that she has says otherwise.
The amount of kids she has.
Yeah, definitely true. She can't count. She thinks she's only got one. Yeah. Oh, there's one there. There's another one there. There's one over there. There's one there.
She can't hate them too much.
Okay. Well, no, MC, you say that you don't think they're playing the game. Okay, these are the same women who would lay on the casting couch for Weinstein. They're not playing the game. I would also like to follow that up with, okay, these women collect millions of dollars to play a role and to lie for money. You're telling me they're not playing the game? I mean, come on.
Lie for money.
That is what acting is. That's why actors were thought of less than prostitutes in the old days. They are professional liars.
That's not lying. That's falling apart. It's only a lie if you try to deceive somebody. They're not trying to deceive anybody because everybody knows they're acting. Therefore, it is not lying. Lying is an act of deception, deliberate deception.
Yeah, and acting is deception.
No,
Yes, it is. You
Who
are
then-
pretending to be a role that you are not. You are deceiving the people
you're not, because
for their
you're-
entertainment.
you're-
We all know. We all buy the tickets. We get it. But it is still lying.
No, it's not. It's only lying if you're deliberately trying to obscure the truth from somebody and make them think something else. Actors aren't. They're portraying a role. That's completely different to lying. Lying is if I stole your wallet, you didn't know, you said, "Where's my wallet?" And I go, "I don't know. Maybe you dropped it in the street." That's lying.
I get your point,
Acting
but I
is-
still
acting
believe that is an act of deception,
Hold on.
and that is
No,
why
how is that an act of deception? Who are they deceiving?
they are deceiving themselves on a
No, they're not.
base point. Yes, they
They're
are.
not. You're telling me this is
Method
somebody-
actors? Method actors. You're telling me Heath Ledger, who went through what he went through after playing the Joker role, wasn't deceiving himself and going into a self-delusion?
No, I think that he himself was a deluded lunatic who took his own life.
So you telling me that the people who write books, works of fiction, authors, they're liars as well.
Your child's a liar when they
Musicians.
pretend to be a doctor, or your child is lying when it's pretending to be a monkey and playing on the ground.
If you are able to put yourself into a role so convincingly that you can act it out and make millions of dollars, you are working in deception. There's nothing wrong with that.
Let me tell you right now. Oh, really? How many millions of dollars do porn stars get? Do you believe that they're lying?
Yeah, half those women. Yeah, half those women. Wait, are you telling me that they're not faking their orgasm?
Dude,
I don't think it has anything to do with anything in those roles.
And besides, the orgasms are post-product.
WWE is lying.
Oh, that's cool. That's cold. Yeah. What about all the wrestlers? They're all liars.
Yes, they're playing a role. Yes.
All right. So basically, you have fantasies from the WWE. You like the fact that people lie to you.
It's not okay. An act of deception. Listen, there is a difference between I don't know where your wallet went when it's in your fucking back
it's
pocket.
called lying. That's the difference. One's called acting. One's called lying.
What's deception? It's a mix of the both.
No,
they're not. No, lying and deception is an attempt to obscure the truth to make somebody believe something else, so you can get away with something. Acting is an attempt to portray a role to entertain people who know that you're acting. God, it's like trying to explain differential calculus to a 3-year-old chimpanzee.
I think the 3-year-old chimp would get it better.
In the back of my mind, I think Mad's just playing with us here.
No, that's just because he's a libertarian. Don't you understand that? Yeah. Come on, man. Here, boy.
I think
Fetch the dog.
No, I think Matt is just doing this as devil's advocate to wind us all up. I'm not saying he's doing a good job, but my satellite is tracking his IP address right now. And the laser is coming online.
We know where he lives. Why are you even worrying about that?
I want an exact shot.
Okay, Scooby Cam.
Oregon Plan 2030.
Dude, I used to love Scooby-Doo.
God damn it.
Oh, hello. I just have to hit Oregon and take the entire state out.
The telephone. I still got the telephone. I had the notebooks, stapler, piggy bank. You don't even know.
Hold on.
Who still owns a stapler?
There's one right here, right on my desk.
Ken, have you also got Greg Brady's Scooby Duvet cover?
Holy crap!
Can you say that again?
My desk and I found
Have you also got Greg Brady's Scooby Doo bed clothing?
No.
Ah. Oh, it must be Mad Dodge who's got it.
Yeah, okay, Batman, you're a hater, and that's all right. But I wanted that said.
Oh, how am I a hater all of a sudden?
I love that this was supposed to be all about hating women, and it's all about y'all hating each other.
I don't hate anybody, really. I honestly don't think I do. I mean, there's people I dislike. I don't think there's anybody I actually hate.
Oh, you gotta hate somebody.
Might
A
have to work harder
milkman
to
that's
really
really
hate
your
me.
dad? I mean, you gotta hate that fucking asshole, right?
What? Say that
Oh,
again?
your mom didn't tell you? Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I entirely missed what you said.
Oh, you gotta hate the milkman that, is really your dad, but didn't tell you.
How fucking old are you that you're bringing up a milkman?
No, I was just dating it back for his age.
Uh-huh. Sure.
You know what, Kim?
Shut
up, woman. No.
I don't know how to respond to that, Dodge. You've really hurt me. I think I'm gonna cry.
Batman broken by a milk bottle.
Yeah, no.
No, I think it was by the mom comment. Batman's like, but I'm an orphan.
I was told I was a test tube baby.
Well, that certainly would explain a bit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because I always thought my mother was cold, but I could see right through her.
Come on, Mad Dog. We know you can speak. Speak, Ubu. Speak.
Fuck you, dude.
What is it, Mad Dodge?
I had something to say, but damn it.
What is it, Mad Dodge? Is Sonny falling down the well again?
Yeah, see, I'm the one being ageist here. He's making Lassie jokes. That was a fucking Lassie joke, okay?
I just had something to say. You're the one that recognized the joke.
MC, actually, the first words Mad Dodge ever learned how to say was Ernie.
I thought it was fire.
No, it was Ernie. No, because the young kid who got after his family hit Mad Dodge with a car. And then there was a time that Hunter was after him.
Yeah, you have quite the backstory, Mad Dodge.
Yeah, Mad Dodge and the Hendersons, I think the film was called.
Hey, those assholes hit me with the car.
Well, he did step out onto the road.
I was chasing the chicken who crossed the road. Come on now.
Yeah, but enough about your sex life.
And failed. Mad Dodge's life in a nutshell. Unable to catch a chicken.
Croc, croc.
Have you ever tried to catch one of them feathered bastards before?
Dying before you found out why the chicken crossed the road.
You know why the pervert crossed the road?
To fuck the chicken.
You know what?
No,
Actually,
he was locked up the chicken.
no. Speaking of perverts, I watched last night a documentary on Jimmy Salvo. Wow, you Brits are fucked up.
Jimmy who?
Whatever, however you pronounce his gay-ass last name.
Go on, what did you say?
Why? I gotta get the pervert's last name right?
Go on, what did you say?
Savo.
You said Salvo.
Savo.
Saville. Like the
Whatever.
Saville.
Why do I need to care about this
it's
pervert's
not
last
that
name?
hard.
Wait, Seville?
Yeah.
How did you get
Salvo?
Salvo from that? It's Seville
It's
in the
Seville. Seville. Now she's going with the French. You want to get her instead of me?
You're
No, she can
accusing her of
pronounce
being
it.
French. You're just full of insults today, aren't you, Mad Dodge?
Oh, I'm the bad guy here.
Yeah, I'm glad
He's
you-
making me get a pervert's last name correct because that's somehow important.
Mad Dodge, when haven't you been the bad guy in this entire scenario?
Yeah, Mad Dodge, there's actually still some dispute about that because all the evidence is entirely circumstantial, dating from 30 to 40 years ago, and that's from when the case was on the go, and it only came like about 10 years after he died. So
it came out 6 months after he died, and it was from 1955 to 2011. That is over 50 fucking years, dude.
all of the cases that were brought to light were like 30 years prior to them being brought to light. People were starting to come forward after his death, and it was a lot longer than 6 months after his death. If I actually live in this country, and sometimes I know it's strange, but I sometimes follow the news. But it's all of the evidence is basically word of mouth. Yeah, there's no physical evidence. In most cases, there's no corroborating fucking testimony. So it's all up in the air.
You do have a point. Nobody brought up anything about DNA or anything like that. You are correct. But you have talks about trafficking rings. You have talks about BBC executives knowing about it and staying hush hush. You're telling me there's nothing substantial here? I mean,
I'm not saying there's nothing substantial. I'm just saying that there's no actual evidence. And without actual evidence, you cannot bring a definite verdict.
I'm going to have to agree on that one, but can I make one statement real quick, guys? You're just proving how evil men are and not how evil women are.
What are you talking about? The reason all this happened was because his wife drove him to it.
Yeah, we weren't getting to the master plotter behind everything yet.
Men and women are men and women are just as capable of evil, as much evil as each other.
I mean, I'm sitting here.
Just women get let off with it.
People like Elizabeth Bathory or.
Counting skills.
You're
No, actually, Battery. Yeah, let's talk about her.
Bathory, not Bathory.
Bathory.
Oh my god! You know what? The next person to correct my fucking pronunciation gets kicked.
Pronunciation.
I've had it.
Yeah, learn how to pronounce things.
Yeah, learn how to pronounce.
Now I just have to kick everybody, and then I'll be here by myself. Fuck you guys.
In your dreams and our nightmares.
It's in my dream.
You're being dreamed about, Mad Dodge. Look, you've made it.
Yeah, about being kicked.
That's rude.
I'm sure that kicking's just Goku having night terrors.
But no, come on. Let's look about, some evil women. Eileen Wuornos, Elizabeth Bathory.
Lizzie Borden.
You stole my next one.
Hey, no, Lizzie Borden. No, Lizzie Borden was innocent.
No, she
Prove
wasn't.
me wrong.
Yeah.
She didn't do nothing.
She was tried by a jury of her peers, found guilty and executed, I believe.
No. She was found innocent, lived in a mansion on the other side of town, and hung out with actresses for the rest of her life. Died in her 80s. You're wrong, sir.
Actually, no, you're wrong, because she was a woman, and we all know that women get let off.
No, women get off.
And get let off.
That's a lie. But
oh, damn.
Things we say are.
Hey, how about you not throw jabs at Doku when he's not around, okay? That's just mean.
If Doku were around, I'd be getting off a lot more.
But no,
So Doku's not going to shape them.
okay, so if she did do it, if she did, are you telling me she murdered her stepmother and her father completely naked? Because they had
Well,
no
they were in
clothes
bed,
with blood on them.
They were in bed, weren't they?
They also had a
No, her father was on the couch. He had came home from work early, and her mother was in bed, I believe. Her stepmother was in bed, yes.
Maybe she stripped the clothes. You can't tell.
Maybe he stripped it off and was telling Lizzie to get her clothes off when she picked up the axe.
Maybe.
MC, funny you mentioned that. That is a theory of why she would have done it. There is some rumor of,
But another thing I've heard about Lizzie Borden is apparently she was quite a nice person. So, yeah, maybe she was driven to it.
Well, I will give you this. The only reason I actually do agree with you and think she did it, even though she was found innocent, is because about 10 years after the fact, her sister, who was the reason she was found innocent, because her testimony found her innocent, moved out of the house and never talked to her again until the day she died. I know it was a 10-year difference there, but that's still something happened, right?
Yeah.
There's who knows?
There
what?
had
I mean,
to-
lots of things happen at that point.
And another evil woman you could say is Laurie Anderson. I mean, have you ever heard that song, Oh Superman? The one that goes, ha, 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 all the way through the fucking song. Ha, 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 ha. It's horrible.
Well, what if somebody did break into the house? What she had said is that she heard a noise downstairs. Now, the house was split into two separate areas. Her and her sister had their own area with their own kitchen, their own bedrooms, everything. They didn't have to, interact, yeah. So there's not necessarily a reason why she
If
would
you
go downstairs.
If you hate somebody enough, you would not be able to live in the same apartment building as them.
What I'm trying to say, if somebody did break in and murdered him over a business dealing or to try and rob him, then perhaps she wouldn't have known about it. She might actually be innocent.
Does it really matter? How long ago was it? All the people are dead, including Lizzie Borden now.
Apart from you.
Are you claiming that I was there? Is that what you're trying to say, Batman?
Yeah, MC, I've actually heard you say, and I can remember when all this was a primeval atom.
I might be old, but I'm not quite that old.
Okay, I can remember you saying. I can remember all this was the universal dark ages.
It's good to be the king.
Keep telling yourself that.
Or the
It's good to be the king until the revolution happens.
That's true. You always need to find a patsy to take the place then.
Yes, as we saw in History of the World Part 1.
So, speaking of evil women, okay, the Queen of England. The Queen of England. No, Batman. No, we're talking about this. No, we're talking about this.
Which one?
The current queen who killed Di.
No, she didn't.
Prove me wrong. She killed Di.
It's been proven that the car was being chased and harassed by the paparazzi who were actually trying to get in front of the car so they could force it to stop. That's what caused the accident. If anybody was being assassinated in the car, it would have been Dodi Al-Fayed, because the Al-Fayeds have more enemies than the royal family. So, wrong. Prove me wrong.
Yep, and you didn't know about my husband.
prove you wrong. The Queen hated Princess Diana. It slandered the royal family that she was leaving the prince and now going to marry a Muslim. And the Queen just didn't fucking like her.
She's hated other people even more. Anthony Blunt, for instance, who was part of her staff after retiring from British intelligence, who turned out to be a fucking Russian spy. Yet he didn't get assassinated. He died of old age. You're so wrong on this. It's incredible.
Well, you know I'm just spouting shit, right?
I suppose you also think that the current Queen of England is also a lizard person who eats babies once a month.
Twice.
I thought it was monkey brains.
No.
Wait, it's only twice a month? I thought that was like every night.
No, only once a week, every Sunday for God's Day.
Which God?
The one that eats babies, obviously.
Yeah, no, but if you want a truly evil woman, Hillary Clinton. I mean Hillary Clinton.
He's got a point. You can't. It's kind of hard to beat Hillary.
No. Wait a minute. I draw the line at Clinton. I don't want to be Seth Rich.
I already said pretty soon the entire internet is going to have a mass suicide rate.
Mm-hmm.
If we keep passing these memes along and shit.
Yeah, you should drop Mitch the Ripper the link.
But if we're gonna get fully Seth Rich, let's do it. Okay. Yeah. Evil women, Hillary Clinton. Exhibit A. Bill Clinton cheats on her. She doesn't get mad at her husband. No, she doesn't get mad at her husband. No. She blackmails the woman he was cheating on her with.
Hold on.
Who the fuck does that? Who the fuck does that? My wife would shoot me in the balls. She wouldn't blame the bitch.
She didn't get mad at her husband because she's. Yeah, I mean, they've only had one kid, so she obviously doesn't like sex, at least with men. So maybe she
exactly.
She. If you take a look at her kid, right?
Yeah.
If you take a look at Chelsea, who's Chelsea's father?
She looks exactly like Hillary.
No, she looks like freaking Webster Hubble.
She looks like an accident with a blender.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh my god, are you saying Hillary Clinton cheated on Bill? And that's why she didn't care?
Wait, are you saying he cheated on Bill with a man?
Well, you have to sit up there and you got to get cover, right?
I guess.
Maybe she was drunk.
Here we go.
Oh my god, no, I like that. Maybe she was drunk. Okay, I heard a story about when Trump won. Hillary was fucking wasted. She was wasted, right? And just freaking out on everybody in the fucking room. Just wigging the fuck out.
Real quick. Mitch the Ripper says, I wouldn't fuck Chelsea with Hillary's dick.
Yeah, well, we're not saying Hillary does or does not have a dick. We don't judge here.
I do.
I'm sorry, but Chelsea looks even more masculine than Riley Dennis did before he started getting his feminization.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask, is that an Adam's apple?
No, that's her head.
And Chelsea looks like what Ruth Gator Ginsburg would be at her prime.
That's harsh.
Chelsea looks like a white RuPaul who's not really good at the job.
I knew fucking MC would fucking love that one.
Oh my god.
I think you should invite Mitch the Ripper on.
But hold on.
Well,
Fuck it.
Mitch, you're in my Discord, dude. The link's in general, buddy. If not, I'll DM it to you if need be. But yeah, man, it's in general in my Discord.
So Batman, I
Yes.
gotta bring this up because of the whole Princess Diana thing. And yeah. Like, are you just gonna willfully ignore the fact that she also brought up, like, if anything fucking happens to me during this separation, like, while I'm going to try fucking marry this Muslim, and I randomly fucking die, it was because of the royal family? Like, all of that's just utter nonsense.
From day one, Diana was a hell of a manipulator of the press and to a lesser degree the public.
Oh, yes. Let's blame her. Yes.
No, seriously. I mean, Charles didn't want to marry her. He was forced into it. Diana wanted to marry him because it was safe.
Hold up. Wait a second.
He didn't.
Wait a fucking second. Are you really telling me that fucking retarded,
This is stuff.
looking motherfucker
Like,
didn't want to marry that fucking number 15 fucking dime piece? Like, she was over a fucking dime. You're really trying to tell me that retarded motherfucker didn't want to marry her? Come on.
Hey,
Come
there's been guys who've turned down better looking women for in favor of the women that they actually married. It's natural.
Hold
on, let me finish, Mad. He'd always been after Camilla, part of Bose, because they'd grown up together practically. He'd known her since he was a child. Yeah, they'd grown close, but unfortunately, she married somebody else. And he was pushed into that marriage. He was pushed into that marriage. She wanted the marriage because it was a hell of a step up for her. He didn't. And after the breakup, the only real reason she was going out with Dodie L fired was to piss the Queen off. That's the only reason. That's from some of her staff. Some of whom she fired for saying that. She was an absolute bitch. And that's come from most of her staff.
Well, no, I want to stick to the theme of evil women. What about that chick who shot up the school just because she hated Mondays?
The first
right?
mass shooter.
I mean, like, that was an evil little bitch, wasn't it? Why'd you do it? I hate Mondays. What? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, the perpetual stereotype of it's fucking white males who shoot up schools. Yeah, the first school shooter was a female who fucking killed people because she didn't like Mondays.
This is true. Oh, what about Jodi Arias? You remember her? Yeah. She drove over 200 miles to her ex-boyfriend's house, stabbed him 28 times, shot him 3 times, then slit his throat from ear to ear.
And she was the astronaut, correct?
And she got off with life, and I believe she also has an option of parole.
Well, here's one that pissed me the fuck off: the whole Casey Anthony one. Like, you know that bitch fucking did it. You know that bitch fucking killed her fucking kid, or fucking had somebody help her kill her kid, and she was completely complicit in it. And she just got the fuck off completely scot-free. And this is what it breaks down to. The fucking justice system for fucking women versus men is completely fucking different. You could even see it fucking today when you see a fucking headline talking about, like, oh, a female teacher had sex with this male student. No. This female teacher raped this young man. Like, that's the actual fucking headline. Like, don't get it fucking twisted.
When I was at school, there was 2 cases of teachers having sex with their students. First one was our art teacher. He was caught in the darkroom with a 13-year-old girl. He lost his wife, he lost his family, he lost his home, he lost his job. Second one was one of the maths teachers, and she was caught having an affair with a 12-year-old boy. She got moved to a different school in the same town.
Yep. Now,
Yeah, but no,
to
wait
be
a minute
fair,
though.
to
No,
be fair and to be honest, though, when I was in high school, I did fuck my English teacher. She was a fucking
lies.
no. She
Lies.
was no.
I call
Absolutely.
bullshit.
No, she was a.
If you're
she
gonna be
was
fair,
a
I've got to be
former
fair.
genius, and like I didn't fucking speak a word of it, and neither did she. Like I mean, I fucked her once, and that was it. And like she obviously knew that was fucking wrong, and just moved the fuck on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, you know what it is. It's not necessarily that women are lightly slapped on the hand. That's not necessarily what it is. What it is society itself. Okay, you just said I fucked my English teacher. My first reaction was, "Nah, you're a fucking liar." And if you're telling the truth, high five. Okay, it doesn't go the other way around when it's a male teacher, does it?
Dodge,
Come on.
you're saying it's society. Now, I've got to ask you a question. Who's the main driving force behind society?
Society.
That's not an answer.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. The main driving force, the main driving force behind society, the women. That phrase, "the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world." It's not just a clever fucking wordplay.
No, it's a cliche, but cliches become cliches because they have a lot of truth to them.
Yeah, and that one does. I mean, that has more truth than most.
And the reason why we would high five a guy who fucked a 20-something-year-old when he's 15, 16 or whatever, that's it's not a social norm. It's
come on. We'd high five a guy who fucked a 20-something-year-old woman if he was 80.
well, yes, but we're talking the underage aspect. It's more so of fuck. How do I describe this? Where like it's acceptable for guys to do it, but not for females, because when it's the female at that underage type of mentality now, which is a social norm of what's acceptable for them to be underage, freaking, it's also the whole men should protect them. So
but
it's a weird back and forth.
No, but Ace, I would disagree. I would say the reason we will high five is because because it is a boy in that situation, not a man. The boy is more mentally able to cope with said situation than the girl would be.
No.
In my opinion.
No.
And it's interesting. It's interesting that we put it at that the woman, if it's an underage girl, that's horrible. If it's an underage guy and a woman, then that's acceptable. Because it's not. When you think about it, look at most married relationships. I'm 35. My wife's 30. That's a 5-year difference, people.
But the 5-year difference, that doesn't really mean anything right now. Okay, because here's the thing. If you really want to break it down, when you really become developmentally mature in the psychological aspect and physiological aspect, it's actually at the age of 25. This is why they've actually talked about upping ages of like smoking, joining the military, drinking to the age of 25 or older, because then you could actually make those fully mature decisions at that point. And this is also why with marijuana, a lot of people try to go, don't smoke marijuana before your age of 25, because it can have those psychological effects.
Yeah, it's the developmental retardation.
So with that being said, it's a matter of like, you're 35, she's 30. Okay, that's fine, because you guys are at a point now where you've developed mentally to a point where it's not of, am I making this bad decision, this right decision, and like, how do I feel about it?
Yeah, but Ace,
but
Ace, real quick, I hate to cut you off, but dude, okay, 35 and 30, no big deal. 19 and 15, big deal.
Yes, because you're still developing with the world around you. You still don't know how to emotionally and mentally deal with and process everything that's going on.
I've got one for you to add to your. It's from a TV show. I can't remember which TV show it was, but you got this 16-year-old kid. Father finds him smoking weed. What the hell are you smoking that for? Man, I want to tune the world out. Goes, what do you mean? You're 16-year-old. You don't know what the fucking world is. But it's right, isn't it? Also, I think developmental maturity, at least in the developed world, not just the West, but the developed world as a whole, because there's developed countries in the East as well. It's our developmental maturity is at a later date than in other places because we can afford to have that time to take our time developmentally.
We don't, though. Developmentally, I mean.
No,
really are.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, because, you're saying 25. I've seen 30 and 40-year-olds, and even people my age, myself included sometimes, who act in a very immature way.
Now,
maturity is kind of the wrong word. Because maturity is really just living up to your obligations, taking care of those things for which you're responsible. And there's a pattern I wonder if anyone else has noticed that this mostly mostly applies to women, but it applies to some men as well. There's a decrease in people taking responsibility.
This is true. And have you noticed, I mean, you're about my age, aren't you, Mitch?
About.
I mean, when I turned 50, it became really obvious. 50 for me is nowhere near what 50, for my generation, is nowhere near what it was like for my father's generation. Hell, 40 wasn't really now that I look at it. As compared to my dad, compared to my father's generation, my generation of big kids. Even the ones who hold down jobs, have families, and take all that responsibility. If you understand what I mean.
Yes. I do. Well, and here's something that I kind of want to ask you guys and see what your responses are. Like, do you guys think that this could be possibly because you don't have honest not just you, but like the general you of don't have honest conversation with kids of like, this is what's going on in the world. Like, you want to fucking smoke weed? Okay. But these are the fucking consequences. You're gay, but realize that you're going to be fucking come at this level and that level. And just very open and honest conversations. And I just use those two as examples, but it goes so much deeper of like the bullying and rising up against fucking the different aspects of the world and like having the mental fortitude of like, this is what the world is. This is how you approach it, and keep fucking driving on.
I don't think you're wrong, but I think a hell of a lot of it, at least in the developed world, is we have it too easy. I mean, my generation didn't have much to struggle against. The millennials had nothing to struggle against. It's too easy. Life is too easy for us, and human beings are at their best when life is at its hardest. I mean, look at the United Kingdom during the war, when life was at its hardest for us. We were at our very best.
This kind of reminds me of a statement, and I'm most likely going to fuck this up, but it goes along the lines of, hard times create, hard
Strong
men. Yeah, the quote.
Yeah, strong men create good, easy times create weak men create hard times. Yeah.
And it's a vicious cycle. And this is also kind of one of the reasons why I go like, okay, maybe people have been like, yes, we were kind of too soft on, both sides of the aisle. And unfortunately, with a lot of the fucking social justice warrior type shit, we see it getting a lot softer and a lot weaker of the entitlement and whatnot. But the understanding of like, this is what life is, and this is how hard it's going to hit you, you need to prepare yourself now for what's going to happen in your 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
Because I think developmentally for me, all right, I was definitely a wild child, right? I didn't fucking drum to anybody's certain beat. I did my own fucking thing. But what that taught me is it doesn't matter who fucking wants to shit on me left or right. As long as I know what my path is and I keep doing the right things and not just shitting on people and like going down a wrong path, I'll be good to go.
This might be along the same lines, but something I started noticing in the 90s, probably been starting a bit earlier than that, but when I most of my formative, I was born in 64, so yeah, my formative years have been the 60s and the 70s. But during those times, kids didn't dress alike at all, right? They didn't. There was no real uniformity in dress. But actually, I'd say that it started in the mid 80s. Kids started to get more and more uniform with the dress, and now it literally is uniform. They dress almost identically these days.
So I was born in 87.
That's your fault.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
No, it's not my fault. It's my fucking parents' fault. Anyways.
Actually, I think it's Candid Lynn's fault.
But so when I was going through middle school, high school, what I started to notice was it was different tribes. And I described them as tribes because
I remember you saying.
Yeah. And so they subscribed to just one specific thing. And in high school, I kind of did a little bit of a sociological experiment of, okay, for 2 weeks, I'm going to dress preppy. And then for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to dress as a grungy fucking punk. And the next 2 weeks, I'll dress as like a surfer dude and see how people differently react to me. And it was very fucking interesting because the only people who really accepted me throughout all this, because I went through all the different fucking tribes, were the punks and like the hippie surfer type people.
You were weird, right?
Oh God, I know I'm weird. I like I'm a fucking 32-year-old who's tatted up. I have a purple mohawk at the moment. Like my ears.
Wait a minute! You have a purple mohawk.
Fuck yeah!
Dude, Pixar didn't happen. No, I gotta see this shit.
I got pictures. I'll send you.
Yeah. DM me, bro. I gotta see this shit. But no. Okay. All right. Purple pohawk. Yeah, purple pohawk.
Words are hard pronunciation.
Okay.
Mitch crushed.
Okay. Purple mohawk and all. Okay. So if you have a purple mohawk, then aren't you kind of on the bisexual
hold on.
Cow train already, right?
If you
aren't you with the she cows? You're already halfway there. They have mohawks.
If you're Catholic, wouldn't it be a papal mohawk?
Hey, leave the Catholics out of this. We're talking about the she cows. You're with the she cows, aren't you? At least halfway. I mean, you have the identifying purple mohawk.
No,
that's something that this tribalism you're on about. It seems to be something that's very, very specific to. Because here it happens in Canada, so I'd say North America. As far as I know, it doesn't happen in Australia or New Zealand, and I know for a fact it doesn't happen in the UK.
The funny thing is, Madaj just tried to fucking throw me into just one certain tribe. Like, so
hey, you know I did it. You know I did it because we're friends, and I know you can take the joke. So roll with it, man. You're now in the purple mohawk tribe. What's up?
Just like you take the joke of libertarians are worse than Democrats.
Dude, how much do I get shit about being a libertarian? And I just go, whatever. Come on now.
Not as much as you get shit for being a Dodgers fan.
You know what, Batman? You don't know a good baseball team when it smacks you in the face with a Louisville Slugger. So shut the fuck up.
Men's games.
Don't make me go full Pesci. I will go full Pesci. Keep it up.
I think all I have to say is Gary Johnson.
By full Pesci, he means he's going to be small and Italian.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up with the calzone.
Yeah, he's going to be the lawyer out of the Lethal Weapon 2.
They fuck you with the cell phone.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Take the cannoli.
No, Candid. I will say Louisville. Okay? Louisville. That's right, Candid. Yeah, I'm fucking with Candid now. Like, fuck Kentucky. Nobody cares. Louisiana's better.
Dodge, see my avatar. This is the only way you're going to see a baseball like this being a Dodgers.
Dude, you have no idea how much I want to kick you right now. Boston. Oh, hey, fake Southerner. Fuck you, Candid. Fight me.
I have a Confederate flag, but I say it.
Oh, you know what, Ace? No, I will take my anger out on you, sir.
Do it. I fucking dare you, do it. You fucking Antifa-loving motherfucker out there.
Antifa-loving motherfucker! Who the fuck are you talking to, son? Sit down, boy. Take a fucking listen.
I'll wait to listen to you after you're done sucking off those fucking Antifa fucking dicks when they run up to your mountains. Go ahead.
Yeah, they come up here, dude. They don't come up here. They're too fucking scared. They're hanging out in Eugene doing heroin, ODing every other day. They're a bunch of fucking cunts. Just like you're a cunt. Fuck you. That's it. I've had it with your ass. We were cool. That's it. I'm going full Scooby on you. I've had it. I'm calling the mafia.
You know those fucking Antifa faggots love to run up to you fucking origami fucking faggots.
Did you just say Oregon? Oh my god, I want to murder you right now.
Oh, you want to murder me because I said Oregon, but you can't even say a Louisville right. But you're Southern, right? Oh, you're a Confederate.
Louis! It says Louis! It says fucking Louisville! Motherfucker!
I'm gonna send you and the boys up to Oregon.
Okay. We even have bumper stickers for assholes like you, Ace. It says Ori Gun. Like gun, G-U-N. I know you know what a gun is.
Yes, I do know what a gun is, but do you know what a gas pump is? Because you guys freaked out when you had to pump your own gas.
Hey. Shut up.
You're like, God,
fuck my own wife.
I didn't the entire state of Oregon get PTSD when Trump got elected.
No, 3/4 of the state voted for him. That's something you guys don't know. But yeah, the gas pumping thing, that was a protective issue to keep jobs at the gas stations in Oregon. Do I necessarily agree with it? No. But I get why they did it, because it does keep that job to not be, well, like an automaton job like California, right? Where you have one guy sitting in the store all day and that's all you need. Now you need 2 to run pumps, 1 in the store, 1 to stock. That's creating more jobs. You get why they did it, right?
To artificially inflate the economy.
Yes, you are right. But it worked.
Well, yeah, but it's a limited solution. I mean, time-wise.
Also, you did kind of bring up a valid point of, like, most of Oregon did vote Trump. And like, I was actually talking to Yue. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Yue?
Which way?
Yue.
I weigh what?
About 180, I'm guessing.
Oh, you're closer than you know.
Oh, okay. But Yue, he's streams on occasion. You'll find him on Doc Griffin streams and whatnot. And I was talking to him the other night about the whole politics and whatnot and Trump and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, it's like, because we were talking about the 2008 elections and, you know, Clinton versus Trump. And Clinton thought Wisconsin was a shoo-in, and I was living up in Milwaukee at that time. And fucking, she didn't even go to Milwaukee. She fucking didn't go to Wisconsin. She thought it was a shoo-in. It was going to be a fucking blue state. I was like, what people don't realize is getting out of those fucking major urban city centers, it goes from blue to red super fucking quick. And it's the same thing for like Madaj, where he's at. Like, he's in a completely fucking red area. So it's going to go from blue to red super fucking quick.
Dodge, can you share me for a second or two?
Yeah, you're making fun of the Oregon Ducks, and I'm about to kick you, but you better have a point here.
I just think it's funny.
The Oregon Dicks?
Okay, you can stop sharing now.
Wow, Anita Sarkeesian really let herself go.
I thought that was really good, actually.
Oh, motherfucker, no. Fuck you, Madaj. You don't give him any shit for pronouncing it wrong, but I get all the shit. I got you. I got you, homie. Ain't no worries.
What?
Pronouncing the state wrong because I said Oregon.
Oh, Oregon.
Oh, you mean Oregon?
It's Oregon. It's not that fucking hard to say. Even my daughter corrected you.
Oregon.
She just snapped into her own nom.
So it's not called Oregon. It's called Oregon.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's like your heart. You know, it's an organ.
Yeah,
Organ.
Yeah, because that's all good.
Yeah, and I suppose Omegon is pronounced Omgan.
That's the only thing Antifa is good for, is being an organ donor.
Even that.
Okay, you act like Antifa is just based here. I mean, have you forgot about Seattle? I mean, there's the Washington people you can make fun of.
but they're not as fun on your stream.
Actually, I hear Oregon has got twice the rainfall of the United Kingdom.
Liberal tears?
Yeah. More than likely.
As much.
So I suppose Portland's actually pronounced Portland, is it?
Yeah.
Portland.
No, it's actually pronounced Portland. Just to screw with them. Where are you guys going? Up to Portland. Say it like it's 2 words. Fuck them up.
I did. I used to do that shit all the time when I was out, because I was stationed at Fort Lewis, Washington, which is maybe 3 hours away from Portland. So I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go down to Portland. And people are like, no, that's not how you say it. Like, yes, it is. That's how I say it, bitch.
But, you know, to this day, I still like to say Sargadavakid.
Sagon.
Yeah,
Sargon.
Sagon of Akkad. Or Akkad, as he said.
I forget, is it 2 K's or 2 A's?
Okay, all right.
I
I know tonight's stream was about women, so I get it that you brought up Sargon. I understand. But
No, that's why we didn't talk about Oregon.
No. See, now if you're going to talk about him that way, we have to say Sargon of a God.
He wouldn't even rape you. All right.
Well, don't forget we have it on good authority that he is a garbage human being.
Yeah, and he's definitely better than you.
Oh, yeah.
How dare you? Sorry.
So yeah, I mean.
Oh,
your
yeah,
stream
let's
has
talk about
definitely-
evil teenage girls.
So yeah, your stream has definitely been about women. So that's why Oregon is been one.
No,
of the
you
main
shut
subjects.
the fuck up. No, you sound like my wife after the Civil War when the Ducks win, just fucking complaining. I don't care.
Actually,
The Beavers suck.
No,
It-
they do not.
the only
They're
thing
better
good-
than the Ducks.
The only thing good about a beaver is when it's eaten.
Beavers. No.
Beavers.
See, even
Unless that beaver has used hair gel and it's like eating a porcupine.
even your tiny humans understand that beavers have importance here.
I have to correct you. The entire state was named after the Irish explorer who discovered it. It's Oregon.
No, don't correct me. Correct Madaj.
It's Oregon.
It's Oregon.
Put an O at the end and it's spicy. Oregon.
Madaj is just quietly crying to himself and beating his dick.
He's plotting 3 homicides.
It's like,
That's all he'll ever do.
Why do I have to pump my own gas?
Just because we decide to mispronounce Oregon.
You mean Oregon?
No, I'm talking about Oregon.
Now, if you're real deep south, it's probably called Oregon. Don't ask me why.
Who the fuck calls it Oregon?
If you're from the Far East, I suppose it's Oregon.
Spend our holiday in Oregon. Then we visit Portland.
It's Portland. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Do you not know the English language?
He went
Next, we
fucking
move on
south.
to,
He went south
the
to English to fucking Midwest. Did nobody catch that? He went from south to English, like this proper fucking English, and have a holiday out there.
Hey,
And
nobody.
then to
Hey,
Midwest.
Ace.
Shut
Ace.
up. Nobody's talking to you.
Hey, it's my show. Fuck you.
I don't care.
Wait a minute. Did you forget who's in control here?
that would
Yeah.
be your wife, right?
Yeah. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
There you
too.
go. You're back.
Oh, fuck. My avatar's on the wrong side of the screen. I can't deal with this.
I know that is weird how you guys flip.
I feel like
That
I'm in
is odd.
And then we could go to the state of Washington and visit the lovely city of Seattle.
Seattle?
That's how it's spelled. That's how it's spelled. Seatle. Seattle.
Oh my! I hate you. That's okay.
Can we
Anyway,
travel south to California?
no. Somebody said something about evil teenage girls.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get to that.
Greta Smashbottom or whatever the fuck her name is.
Oh, Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, Greta.
Thunberg. Yeah, I keep saying she's actually a 40-year-old female impersonator who was also a midget.
Yeah, like that kid that was, well, I say kid, but she was like 30, they estimate. The girl adopted. She's like a dwarf or something, but it wasn't really dwarf.
Oh, yeah.
That's
how she made
parents that adopted her.
They actually made a little budget horror movie off that.
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. Is the real life version of The Orphan?
Yep.
Now, see, when it comes to them, if we're going to be talking about women and their evil, to go with Oregon. But I find the expression, it's sort of taken as common knowledge that women mature faster than men. I don't buy that.
Why, they do physically.
No, they don't. Physically doesn't matter because evil isn't a physical thing. It's not like you fall off your bike and sprain your evil. It's
Yeah, but no, I get Mitch, I get what you're saying. But check this out, man. Okay, I got twins. They're both 3. One's a boy, one's a
God,
girl.
I hope they are.
Whatever.
One was
One's a boy, one's a girl. The little girl is way more manipulative already than the little boy is. That's not just like out of nowhere.
No, there's some biology there, yes.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, on the personality and psychological and intellectual levels, I don't believe that women mature faster than men. I believe that men are just quicker to develop a sense of humor. That's why men can cope better and they don't dwell on a thing so damn long.
Well, we have to because we've got to put up with girls.
And this is where learned behavior over time of knowing how to lie, manipulate, versus joke and take a dark thing and make it funny. Like, you could see it between 2 different sexes.
Yeah, which is why I've always suspected that political correctness and its child social justice are female inventions.
Well,
Because
that's
both
an interesting way to phrase that.
Both of them lack a sense of humor entirely.
It's an interesting way to phrase that, Batman, because I will bet you that if social justice is the child of political correctness, then political correctness is a single mother.
Well, no, you know what's interesting? What's interesting about
who the father is.
Well, no, it's interesting about that statement is you added at the end there is no humor in it. And that is something also when you look at comedy. Comedy is, let's say, 80-20 male.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, look at the greats. Don Rickles, fucking...
George Carlin, Richard.
George Carlin, yeah. I mean, come on. What women can you throw that are that good? What women? Any?
Who's
Actually, there
Joan
are.
Rivers? Joan Rivers was fucking beautiful at her comedy.
Phyllis Diller was, and this is before my time, but she was reportedly quite funny.
Yeah, but funny women. They're situational comedy.
Yes, there's a different perspective involved.
Yeah, men can be both situational comedy and anecdotal comedy.
Or like Rodney Dangerfield, where he literally went on stage, twisted his tie, and made fun of himself for an entire set. And it was brilliant. Brilliant.
Phil Silver's daughter, Kathy Silvers, who was in Happy Days, she was quite funny as well. But then again, it was situational funny.
Here's the funny part about this, and I use funny quite wrongly. When they prop up these female comedians like Amy Schumer or Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin used to be funny. Let's make that clear. She was funny for about 20 minutes in the early 90s, I think.
Yeah, so was Sarah Silverman.
Yeah. I mean, but now they're propped up only because they're women.
Yeah.
And it's a real insult to those women comics who are actually funny.
And one of the women comics that was really fucking funny, and she could literally take any situation and make it a comedic fucking genius, and she's dropped off the map, was Jean Garofalo.
No, I hate it when StreamYards does that, but I was about ready to say...
She kind of dropped off the map for the
too late, you'll have to
aspect of it.
Well, no, when it comes to... No, Batman. When it comes to women comedians, you have a really good point with Sarah Silverman, because I can't remember what other comedian...
I don't know if Streamline's being fucking retarded again, or if I can't hear you, but...
Yeah, probably going to have to refresh.
I think something went retarded because I just lost the live chat in StreamYards.
I usually pop out chat anyway, so...
Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to Sarah Silverman, I can't remember exactly what other comedian said it, but he really cut to the bones of it. He said Sarah Silverman was hilarious. And then she sold us all out and went SJW.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's exactly what happened. She sold us all out.
The last funny thing she did was, when she was, I don't know if she still is, but when she was with Jimmy Kimmel, and you know that joke feud he had with Matt Damon, she sent him that video. It was supposed to be a video letter, and it turned out it's this entire song. I'm fucking Matt Damon. That was hilarious.
Wanda Sykes. There we go.
Partially because Matt Damon was in the video.
Wanda Sykes. Yeah, I saw that Tiger Lily posted that.
Don't dead name her. It's Squizzy.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, she did change her name. My bad, Batman. Thank you for correcting me. But when it comes to Wanda Sykes, the thing I don't like about her is she is actually racist. She doesn't like white people. She's said it before. She is blatantly racist, and I don't think that's all right. I don't think it's okay if what if I do a full-on Kramer, right? I'm being heckled at a fucking comedy show, and I just go full-on Kramer and start yelling the N-word at people. Is that going to be okay?
No. It's in the context that you fucking deliver it.
I don't like white people. I've got to admit, I prefer people who've got like a flesh colour to the skin.
So what happened with Kramer was he fucking just started yelling out, he's a nigger. Look at him. He's a nigger. And like the way he delivered it was, I'm degrading him. I'm not heckling him back. Right. So that's a different context when, especially in a comedy show. And I've brought this up too because I also touch on this with Yue the other fucking night about comedy and like how comedies change. A good example is fucking you had back in the mid 70s, maybe early 70s, SNL. It was Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase, where they had a bit that it went back and forth of Richard Pryor was sitting there going, honky, cracker. He was throwing out all the different racial slurs. And then Chevy Chase went, nigga. And then Richard Pryor fired back going, dead honky.
Well, no, Ace.
That was hilarious.
But Ace.
The delivery and the way of, the heckling. Okay, so now, also, when you look at it, you in the context of today's comedy, you have people like Gabriel, fucking, I can't say his last name. No, it's not Iglesias. It's, but Fluffy. Everybody knows Fluffy. The big fat Mexican. Everybody loves that motherfucker, right? But he did a whole bit on racist gift baskets.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You see, I want to spit this out. Like I said, last night I was watching some old comedy shit, right? I watched Don Rickles on stage at a roast.
Oh, God.
There he is. At a roast. There's Ronald Reagan sitting there. There's Eddie Murphy sitting there. And all these greats. And and Don Rickles looks at Eddie Murphy and goes, nobody asked you. We didn't want to hear your fat nigger lips flapping anyway. And everybody laughs, including the future president of the United States. It wasn't Eddie Murphy. It was another, it was Pryor. It was Richard Pryor, sorry. It was Pryor sitting there. But no, he made a blatantly racist joke 3 months before the governor of California ran for president. And there is everybody, including the guy who just got the racist joke said about him, laughing. Well, that was a different time frame, guys. That was a different era. You can't do that anymore.
When we first got social studies put in the curriculum in 1978, literally the first black guy we'd see in real life in my school. He was our social studies teacher. Told this joke, like what would nowadays be considered as racist. Then asked us what the significance of that joke was, and somebody says, well, it's racist against black people. No. The only significance of that joke was it was entertaining. If I was to tell a joke like that, and it was aimed at somebody in this classroom, to make them feel bad about themselves, that would be racist, because context is everything. Intent is everything.
And it's not just context; it's personal context at that point.
Context.
So when you're working, when you're working a room, and like in the comedy type scene, when you're working a room, it's a matter of like who's going to take and I'm talking about like what's going on now with comedy, how people are going to take offense to that. So you have to kind of work around different things, like the whole fucking Daniel Tosh incident, or the whole George Lopez incident. Like George Lopez.
Well, I don't know about the Lopez thing. I do know George Carlin was called out for stealing jokes, but one joke that I don't think he stole, which was great on Comedy Central, right? On his show, Mind of Mencia. He goes, yeah, if you're going to be racist, read the fucking handbook. There's a difference between bibbity bibbity and ah wah 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 wah. That was hilarious.
You're confusing two comics. You're confusing two comics. George Lopez versus.
I know Lopez is not my. I know Lopez isn't Mencia. I get that. But when I was, what I was bringing up though is the whole racist connotation, and how somebody that's not white is okay to touch upon these issues. Yet, if I come out and I do it Seinfeld style, I'm going to be looked on cross-eyed, aren't I?
Well, all right. So
it's a funny thing, because context does matter, and there's
so does intent.
There's you have to be able to get the joke too, because Jimmy Carr did one, and this is a great example of what we're talking about when you touch on racism in comedy, or rather, in this case, perceived racism. Jimmy Carr once said, if only there were more mosquito nets in Africa, millions and millions of mosquitoes could be prevented dying of AIDS.
Yeah, I remember that one. He got panned for it.
Well, yeah, because people think it's a racist joke against black people, and it's not. The joke is twisting the expectation.
It's also a situational joke and not a racist joke.
Right.
But what are you on about Jimmy Carr? And Mad was on about hecklers earlier. Jimmy Carr is the epitome of a good comedian because he gets a heckler and he turns the heckler into part of his act.
Yes.
Whilst putting the heckler down. That's a good comedian. A good comedian doesn't attack the heckler. He turns the heckler into a joke.
Well, not just the whole heckling part. What he also did, it was one of his specials where he was like, all right, I'm going to start here and I'm going to keep going dark. As dark as you guys can take it and see where your fucking bottom line is. And then I'll work off of that. And I was like, all right, no, I can fucking respect the fuck out of him because he's just started making more like rape, sexism, racism, like, xenophobia type jokes. And like the darker you got with it, like you can see his face like, oh yeah, like y'all are starting to really feel like that. Oh, I'm a social justice warrior. Like I didn't know it. Like, but he was looking around the crowd, and it was fucking beautiful to actually watch that devolving.
Well, no, and you have comedians, in my opinion. This is strictly my opinion. People like Chris Rock, who in the 90s would jump out for free speech. Now they have their millions, and now they're sitting back and being quiet. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Even in recent times, Chris Rock's hit out against this political censoring of comedy, for one thing.
Well, most comedians are coming out like that.
Yeah. There's Chris Rock's like Seinfeld. He's refusing to do colleges.
Right. Have you ever noticed, though, that analyzing comedy is not funny?
Because comedy's not meant to be analysed. Not really.
Not like this. Well,
I heard... go ahead, Mitch.
Well, I could see it as far as figuring out the evolutionary benefit of laughter. You know, I can understand that, but with comedy itself, I mean, if you analyze it too much, the funny goes away.
Yeah.
Someone once said that analyzing comedy is like dissecting a frog. Nobody laughs, and the frog dies.
Well, no, and
like
I said in
no, Madaj. The frog's not dead, so he has no opinion. So fuck that.
If you put lipstick and a red nose on the frog.
Well, no, like I said in a previous episode of the Red Eye stream, in every joke is a tiny revolution. That is why they go after comedy first, is it not? Because you stomp out comedy, then you stomp out that discord. And that discord builds up through comedy and through acting and through music. And it builds up into a culture. And then it explodes. But if you stomp it out at comedy, then you have no build-up. You have no revolution.
Well, yeah, because comedy at its very core is exercising it for the audience. It's exercising your intellect in an entertaining way.
Yeah, it's also poking fun at the world around you and pointing out the bad shit.
Right.
But one of the things that we're kind of skirting around is the social justice warrior aspect of comedy.
Oh, hold on.
And
before you go on, a comment I heard about Amy Schumer. I'm forgetting who it was. It was another female comedian says, she hates Amy Schumer, and it's not just that she steals jokes, it's that when she steals them, she makes them unusable.
You know what I don't like is no comedian came out in support of Rosie O'Donnell. Or not Rosie O'Donnell, but Roseanne Barr. When Roseanne made that joke, which was just a joke, and by the way, she does look like that fucking character. Sorry, it's a fact. Look at them side by side.
You get the makeup off that actress. Kim Hunter is the actress's name. And her and Valerie Jarrett look a lot alike.
This is exactly why I give a lot of fucking credit to Joe Rogan. Because he bleeds the lines of Republican, Democrat, and he'll shit on both fucking sides. Just like fucking Carlin did.
Yep.
And he'll have both sides on his fucking podcast to hear both their sides. But he'll also call them out for being ridiculous.
He softballs. Sometimes.
Yes, he really does. He especially with the whole fucking Twitter. That. Yeah, especially with the Twitter thing with the Tim Pool and whatnot.
Well, like, Tim Pool was there to be the heavy.
Yeah, but at the same time, like one of his recent stand-ups they put on Netflix, he went hard on fucking Caitlyn Jenner, and a lot of people could have shit on him for that, but they didn't because they saw both sides of it. They were like, okay, this is comedy. This is a nice, his take on it, and I see it as a laugh, it's not
okay, but do they? No, wait a minute. I gotta push back. Do they see it as comedy because he skirts both lines, or do they see it as comedy because they think he's really on their side? Because hear me out. You have people like Steven Crowder, obviously a comedian, but definitely conservative and/or libertarian. And they push against him every chance they fucking get. He has to have cops at the college campuses when he shows up.
So
I mean, who has to have cops there? Come on.
Steven Crowder is that's not what he's known for. He's not known for being a comedian. Okay. If you look at what he's realistically known for, it's his political take on different things, and like yes, he
So
does.
Ace, if I came out and I started doing stand-up comedy, you would consider me a political commentator still, because that's what I've been doing.
No, that you're bleeding two different things. So, if you were trying to go for it as like a commentary and like joking on what's going on in left and right type aspect, I could see that. And if that was your gig from the whole get up, okay, I could go with that. And doing stand up like that reinforces it even more. But that's not what you're doing. What you're doing versus what Crowder's doing, and Crowder's actually trying to have different debates on both sides.
Oh, I like his prove me wrong sections.
Yeah, but the comedy aspect of it has disappeared. The comedy aspect has more so fallen to the right side versus the left. So, with that being said, it's not, he's a comedian. He is a political commentator, especially because a bunch of his highlights, you could go to Google right now or YouTube right now and look up Steven Crowder, best moments, and it's him shitting on the left. So it's all about him being a political commentator. Okay. And it would be the same for yourself as well.
Okay, so there we go. There's the root of it. It would be the same for me as well. Because, yes, we mostly do political commentary here. We do other stuff. We also make jokes throughout the show. But I'm not mainly a comedian, right? I'm mainly putting out my opinion on political issues, right? And that's kind of what Crowder's doing, in your opinion.
No. That's not just my opinion. That's a general consensus, right? That's what Crowder has become, of a political commentary. That's what his show is about, is political commentary and trying to bleed the lines between the two and seeing a little bit of commentary to ease it. But at the same time, it's not the comedic value of stand-up. It's not the comedic value of, this is who I am as a comedian.
Okay, well now it's gonna get hard here. What about Fat Pat? What about Pat and Sofan? Pat is a stand-up comedian. Unlike me, he does do gigs. He has gone on tours. But now he does a lot of political commentary. Where would you put him?
Well, first of all, I've never seen any of his stand-up. I've never seen any of his tours or anything like that. So I honestly cannot give my opinion on either one of them. Like, if I saw it, and like from what I know of Poisoning the Well, it's more of a social commentary of like what's going on and people who are interacting with them. That's one thing, versus them separating themselves doing stand-up. So I cannot comment on them doing stand-up or their comedian type style. So I won't honestly give my opinion on that.
See, this is a weird thing because it's not an either-or proposition. People are multifaceted. It's not like I go into my political commentary stuff without my sense of the entertaining. Because some of that stuff is so dour and so downright twisted. You have to go into it with your sense of humor because you need protection. It's sense of humor in that way is like a condom. Otherwise, that stuff will seriously infect the hell out of you. When I watched what was it? The Senate Intelligence Committee's version of the impeachment inquiry. I watched every bit of it. Well, just about every bit of it. And man, by the time that was done, my brain was just mush.
Yeah, no, and I'm a political junkie, Mitch. and I didn't touch the
That's one
impeachment
word.
hearings. No, seriously, I didn't touch the impeachment hearings at all. I didn't even watch them. I got my news from MC. Seriously, I was like, MC's gonna watch it anyway. I'll hear it from him.
Well, the best part is that it seems like the same thing is going on now with the Senate Judiciary Committee. In as far as no one's witnessed any illegal activity or wrongdoing. They just want to be a bunch of
Cunts.
pissy little bitches.
But when it comes to comedy versus political commentary, I get that you don't want to pigeonhole people into, they're a circle and it's a square peg. You don't want to shove it in there, right? But go ahead, Batman.
Do you know what the real difference between comedy and political commentary is? At the end of the night, people have been to see a comedy show, walk away feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, so comedy, the best comedians talk about what they know. If they're a father and a husband, it's family comedy. They're laughing, they're making jokes about their kids or their wife, right?
And commentators talk about what nobody wants to know.
That I was gonna head to that, but there you go. You cut right to the fucking chase. Yeah. Political commentators talk about what you don't want to know about, but you need to. Because we are grown-ups. And if we're not gonna pay attention, nobody is.
Right.
It's
a funny thing, though, because another aspect of comedy is you also sometimes mention those things that everyone knows. Like, I'll guarantee you, every one of us here right now, I will guarantee this. And you can, even if you lie and say it's not true, you're lying. Each of us has stood naked in front of a mirror and struck a goofy pose.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It wasn't goofy. I'm Batman.
But you see my point. I mean,
I looked epic, damn it.
Well, yeah, I struck that pose. I was like, I'm the fucking Joker. Fuck you, Batman.
I struck the pose and said, I wouldn't fuck me either.
Yeah, but
there's Mitch doing the talk. Would you fuck me? I wouldn't fuck me.
What you did see was me in the shadows, running a batarang, and then going, nah.
But it's true, comedy encompasses so many things. There are comedians out there who can make mathematics funny.
That is actually true. British entertainer called Johnny Ball. He sneakily educated kids in mathematics.
Yes.
Because he made it fun.
Exactly. It's one of the things that schools don't do.
Yeah, they used to.
Well, no, and the thing is, like, look at somebody like George Carlin, okay? All right. He was doing his acts at his height in the 70s and 80s. Okay. That white boy could have been Eminem. Fuck with me. Tell me he couldn't have. Have you heard Modern Man? Dude's 80 years old and not even taking a breath for 2.5 minutes.
Oh, I know it.
Just rattling this off. Dude, he was a rapper.
Some of the quite more understated American comedians, what the hell do you call him? He did the introduction of tobacco to civilization.
The difference between
what
George Carlin did, he did a lot of political commentary and comedian type sense versus the social aspect of it. And if you look at what he did, he shit on both sides.
Absolutely.
So comedy then, what he was doing is he was shitting on politics on both sides. Now, today, they are adding in the social aspect of, like, talking shit about fucking Tinder and social media and politics. They're encompassing it all.
Yeah.
But George Carlin was one of the first ones to shit on both sides of the aisle, of Democrat and Republican, and go, "You're both fucking retarded. You're both fucking stupid. And I hate you."
And I just
Well, I don't
remembered who
know.
was other folks. It
I
was
don't know if
Bob Newhart.
sorry, Batman, but Ace. I don't know if he was necessarily the first one to do that.
Well,
You could look at Robin Williams. You could look at a lot of people who did
George
that
Carlin does
before.
Robin Williams was very left, but he wasn't outspoken left. You can hear the overtones of him being very more leftist.
He was 70s left, though.
Yes.
He could concede points, whereas modern left can't.
Yeah, but so what I'm trying to say, but Jesus Christ, go fuck yourselves. Go on. Go to the couch.
That's no way to talk to your wife.
No, I'm talking to my dogs.
Yeah, you gotta let her out off the chain for her to get to the couch.
He
Okay.
doesn't even let her on the furniture.
But with George Carlin, he was one of the first mainstream. I should put it that way. He was one of the first mainstream comedians that was able to shit on both sides. That was socially acceptable.
Well, no, and actually, to back you up here, Ace, George Carlin was also one of the first outspoken atheist comedians to really come out. He really was.
I think if Bob Newhart was doing his craft now, like I said, he was very funny, but he was very funny in a quiet, unassuming way. I think he'd be able to get a lot of shit past the political correct senses that most comedians can't.
Well, I know I couldn't. If I'm gonna write a bit, I'm more of the comic that's just gonna say how it is and be up in your face about it. And that's not necessarily in today's political climate the right way to go about a comedy bit, is it? I'm probably not gonna get very far.
That's why you do it anyway.
If
There
you're
was a
working
comedy duo that used to do the club, the working men's clubs around my area of the UK. Two blokes, right? And by today's standards, we call very sexist. But you know what dungarees are?
Yes.
You call them coveralls, yeah, the jeans with the bib on, and yeah. But they used to have a suitcase of those on stage with them because they did some very sexist jokes. And if some woman, especially if she was an overweight woman, stood up and started complaining, they'd take a pair and go, "Here you go, love. Yeah, more for the lesbian club." And they usually got a laugh out of that. Half the time, even off the woman who got the fucking dungarees thrown at them. If they tried that nowadays, they'd probably hung in a fucking town square.
Well, no, and it's like, okay, I would be going up there making a joke about, I don't know, Hillary Clinton. And then suddenly half the crowd is hissing at me because they think I'm sexist. The other half is laughing. And then I make another joke. This time, it's about Donald Trump. And then I have the opposite reaction. I'm not going to make anybody fucking happy in this crowd.
And then you notice a little red dot on your chest.
So
I know, right?
This is where small comedy clubs are fucking tits, because you could work out bits and you could really hone it down to like what are really the things that people are going to laugh off of, and like what's a milligram. Because there's a good fucking bit that nobody has touched on yet, and it's fucking the whole Obama, and like, if he's running, you know, with the Secret Service, you know how everybody takes a picture like, oh yeah, look at the fucking president, he's working out, like he's got the Secret Service behind him. But wait, you get a picture of Obama with a bunch of white dudes of the Secret Service behind him chasing him. Like, oh fuck no! like,
oh my god! You add in the music.
So you could work out that bit like that. That's one of my things. Like, I've always kind of brought up. Like, has nobody ever fucking taken a picture of Obama actually working out and running around the fucking Was it fucking?
Oh my god, am I the only one that noticed he missed every free throw he tried? Like, they're like, oh, this president can play basketball. No, he can't.
If he was out there doing his run, and instead of the Secret Service, it was uniformed cops, keep an eye on him. yeah. You can imagine the caption on the fucking still of that, can't you? Yeah. U.S. President chased for stealing car.
Yeah. Imagine the fucking first quote unquote black president being chased around by a bunch of white fucking Secret Service dudes around Lincoln Memorial or the fucking Washington Monument. Like,
I need that now. I need a clip of that.
Yeah, no, now I just have the image of a GIF in my head. Obama ducking behind the bushes at the Washington Monument.
No, what you do is you get a clip of that, right? So doing his normal jogging. You speed it up so like 2 or 3 times, then you put the Benny Hill music on it.
Right.
See,
they're running out and out of each bush, not the doors.
Yep. I'm trying to remember all the comedy bits I've written.
Well, and that was one that like it could have been worked on. It could have been fucking honed in on very beautifully of like, because it's a racism joke, but it's very fucking hilarious of like mocking on politics and like they're chasing the black dude around the fucking Washington Monument and whatnot.
Can you imagine if Obama had been elected, or an Obama-esque type of president had been elected in the 70s? Something like Saturday Night Live would have that, where he's in the Oval Office, the security services come in, and they try and arrest him for breaking and entering, shit like that.
they come in with whips and shit like, time for your run, boy.
No. If anybody that watches this can do this edit for me, this is what I need. I need Obama running around the Washington Monument. I need him to duck behind the bushes, and instead of the Million Man March, I want the footage from Charlottesville.
Which footage? You gotta be
the tiki torches. The tiki torches, dude.
Oh, God.
It will be amazing.
So it starts off with the tiki torches. He starts running, and then more tiki torches start lighting up.
Now you're missing another opportunity there.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take a clip from Cops where they're chasing someone with the pants down around their chest and put Obama's head on it.
So the first 3 seconds of it, what you start off with is the whole Bad Boys thing with Cops. God damn it. Go on! No!
The dogs are eating the cat. Poor Ace is just shut up.
You want a cop, don't you, Mitch?
No.
But no, I like that. Yeah, we'll open up with the Cops theme, right? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? And there it is. You don't need Photoshop Obama in, right? You just get every other Cop episode with the black guy with his pants around his ankles. It'll work. I mean, you got thousands of videos. They're all out there.
I got you. So what you do is you open up with the Cops thing, but you only get about 5 seconds of it. You get complete darkness, only just the theme of it. And then all of a sudden, you see torches being lighted up, tiki torches. And then Obama getting all butthurt and scared. And then fucking more tiki torches being lighted up in the fucking background. And then he starts fucking running. And just after that, it's like, oh, he's fucking running for his life. White boys are coming for him.
If I talk about Obama, I'm finding it interesting that now. They're actually saying that he wasn't black enough.
Yeah. Oh, God. All that nonsense. See,
Yeah,
all the comedy I have ever written has never been political. At least not overtly. It's been about sports. It's been about work.
When you look at Obama, he doesn't look like like what you call most black people in Africa. He looks more like the Bushman from the Kalahari Desert.
Well, no. If I was gonna write
If you understand what I
comedy,
mean.
if I was gonna write a comedy bit, it'd probably be political or historical because that's just what I'm into.
Or both.
But Mitch,
Yeah.
you were saying sports related. Give us a minute. Give us a minute. You got a 1 minute little bit on sports. I want to hear what you got.
Here.
It's got to be
Okay,
about
it's,
I could beat that minute. I could beat it by 5 seconds. The
what are we
Dodgers
playing?
win the
Name
World
that
Series.
tune? Oh,
The-
I got you.
The Dodgers win the World Series.
Actually,
That happened in '88, you cunt. Anyway, Mitch.
it's actually there's only one group of people
But not
who will ever
this
see the
century.
Dodgers win the World Series. The Sliders.
Batman, you know nothing about baseball. You're not
How
even
do you know?
American.
How do you know?
Because you still call it
Because-
rounders. That's how I know.
No, just call it rounders to annoy you. Anyway, Mitch.
Yeah.
It does annoy me. Sorry.
Good.
All right, I'll try this, but I'm going mainly from memory here, and my voice is messed up, so my timing might be a bit off. I'm getting really tired of these people who play sports, bouncing around like they're such fucking tough guys. They're not tough guys. Look at them. They're wearing 58 pounds of fucking body armor just to go toss a ball around for a little bit. Fuck that. Get rid of the body armor. We need to unfuck sports. We need to make sports fucking about excellence again. With all the body armor and safety things, face guards. It's just an excuse for a bunch of pansies to get out there and play around. Fuck that. Here's what we do. Get rid of the body armor. Get rid of those cute little pants that only come down to just past the knee. You fucking princess. Get rid of that shit. Dress in some real fucking pants, would you please? We get rid of the helmets. We get rid of all of that shit. And especially get rid of that asshole on the sidelines. You know, the dick standing there with a headset, a clipboard, and a mouthful of chewing gum like he's got any role in what's going on. Fuck that guy. Get rid of him. We only need 2 referees, one for each side of the field. And here's the game. Once we've gotten rid of all the body armor, we give each player an axe handle. And we still have a ball, but it's a fucked up ball. Kind of like football is, but it's a fucked up ball. And the object of the game, and the rules, in fact, are this simple. Take thing and put it over there. Everything else is just fucking fair play. You get in there with a bunch of people with the axe handles, and, you know, the opposing team gets their hands on the object. You beat the fuck out of them with an axe handle. You take it away and you run it down to the other side of the field. 1 point per score. None of this fucking shit where you get the 3-point shot or the what's the other one? You scored 6 points for the touchdown and the extra point. None of that shit. Fuck that shit. 1 point per score. That's it.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, it's called sports ball.
Yeah, but you want to add something to it. The ball, right?
Oh, I'm not done yet.
Go ahead.
I got to justify some of this shit because people are going to say, well, the players could get hurt. And I'm like, so what? Fuck them. They want to bounce around and tell us how tough they are. Fine. Be tough. Get out there with your axe handle. Do some damage. Take some hits. And you know what else? None of this men's league, women's league horse shit. You want to play, you get to fucking play. Because it's not just about how hard you hit. It's also about how fast you can move and how maneuverable you are. And I figured that's going to level the playing field. Plus, this game would be good for the economy. Here's why. Once a player is killed or injured to a point where they can't play again, that just frees up a job for someone else, doesn't it? You get more people making more money. Pretty soon we're having an economic boom.
There's one alteration I would make to that. You know the ball. The ball would be made of metal, right? But it's got biometric scanners in it. So when somebody picks it up, a timer goes off, and if they keep a hold of it too long, Metal spikes shoot out and impale their hand.
That's a good plan.
Well, no, I like that bit, and the only thing I could think of was when you were like, the knee-high fucking pants. I just thought to myself, let it go. Let it go.
The thing is, apart from the axe handles, you basically describes your average rugby game.
Well, I was thinking a cross between rugby and lacrosse.
Yeah, but still, the rule is very simple. Take thing, put
I
over
like
there.
how Susie thinks.
Yeah, I'm with Tiger Lily. Make them fight lions and shit
Grizzly.
like
Her name is
gladiators.
Grizzly.
Oh, no, that's in the semifinals. In the semifinals, you had obstacles. I don't know why this strikes me as funny.
Well, no, I'm just figuring, the beginning of fucking what's that movie? God damn it!
I don't think that's it.
No, the Last Boy Scout, right? So it's the football field, and he pulls the gun, boom, blows the guy's head off. That's pretty much what you're talking about, right?
It's more personal because it's a short-range weapon.
Yeah, I actually preferred Hudson Hawk.
But yeah, see, that bit is really for that's not the opening bit in a comedy act. That's when you're a little ways through and you've had some time to gin up the angst a bit. You start with stuff that's of a lighter, that stuff that involves a less angry persona, and you build up to that level of anger.
A good example of that is actually another Bruce Willis movie, Blind Date.
Oh, God, I haven't seen that forever. And John Larroquette, I believe.
Yeah, but that starts out gentle, bit funny, but it draws you in, and the stakes get raised and raised and raised and raised, and he gets angrier and angrier and angrier. I mean that bit where okay, monkey boy, dance, and he starts moonwalking. I hate that shit.
I also have the bit, or not a bit, but George Carlin was a huge influence, so I did have a list of people who should be punished with electricity. And I can't remember. I only remember two people on that list. It was a long list.
You know what I like about George Carlin? The bit where he's like, I do you a favor. When you die and you're my friend, I leave you in the Rolodex for about 6 months. Then you're out, though. You're dead, all right? That's it. I ain't calling you. You didn't go to a better place. Like, you're gone, homie.
It's not like you have somewhere with better reception.
Am I one of the only ones that actually saw Falling Down as a comedy and not a tragedy?
It can be viewed that there is a very fine line between drama and comedy.
It was a comedy.
You get a car chase, right? And police chasing this car, and the police car, catches the curb wrong, shoots up in the air, spirals around, and crashes. And the two cops get out, somehow surviving the crash. And that's a heart-stopping moment, right? Because it's a drama film. But if they're chasing the Blues Brothers, you're going to piss yourself laughing.
Yep. No,
no. Actually, I'm not going to be laughing because you broke my watch.
Did you ever notice that most sports are just variations on a single theme?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Did that Blues Brothers joke just go over everybody's head?
No.
Nope.
No, I've already argued that Blues Brothers is one of the best movies ever made.
Well, then why the fuck did you just broke my watch joke just go like right past everybody? That's bullshit. That was a good one. God damn it. I want recognition.
It probably would have worked better if you said fix the cigarette lighter.
Okay, yeah.
One of my favorite.
We got half a pack of Pall Malls.
One of my favorite things in the Blues Brothers.
It's 108 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, I'm on a mission from God.
One of my favorite scenes in that movie is when Carrie Fisher finally gets him in the sewer, and
that crazy bitch.
Jake sweet talks her, and he's about to kiss her, and the police are coming, so he drops her in the filth, runs off, and she shouts, "Call me!"
Yeah.
So, funny thing is, that scene where they're driving on the beach and they're talking on the loudspeaker, that was actually filmed in Wakanda, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. And Wakanda, obviously, most people get the reference of Wakanda to Marvel. Like, they've actually had phone calls to their township and their police department.
I know.
Do you have vibranium? And all that shit. And, like, I grew up near that area. So, like, I've actually gone out and swam in that same beach and whatnot. The whole scene chase where, like, they're going out and all the cars, fucking cop cars crash. It's actually Route 12, which is goes from Chicago, Illinois, all the way up to Wisconsin Dells, which is about 4 hours away from Chicago. But it was hilarious to fucking know now. Like, the movie scene is gone from the fucking, late 70s, early 80s with Blues Brothers to now with Wakanda and them asking them for vibranium.
Well, I just want to state I fucking hate Chicago Nazis.
Illinois Nazis. Oh God! The car flying up majestically above the city. I have always loved you.
Nazis. I hate Illinois Nazis.
That was
and that's great when they go across that bridge. They're just like mowing people down.
They were very much like
the
good old boys.
No, the group of Nazis. You remember what name they had for themselves?
Nope.
They were the American Socialist White People's Party. Which, if you take it by its initials, it sort of spells asswipe.
Yeah. They were very much like the what the hell called the Black Widows from Every Which Way But Loose, the biker gang.
Oh, the Black Widows.
Yeah, they were fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah,
especially when they get covered in tar.
That was what I like best about the whole Blues Brothers, the first movie. The nun levitating.
Oh God, the penguin.
Yeah. God, whack. Shit, whack. Christ, whack.
Jesus Christ, Jake. Ow.
Whack.
Fuck this noise.
That was fucking hilarious.
I heard that expression, fuck this noise. Blues Brothers is a great movie.
Oh, yeah, it is. My favorite. One of my favorite, actually. My absolute favorite movie is Young Guns 2. The first one is just as good, but the second is my preferable. But Blues Brothers is in my top 5. And that's a hard top 5 to get. I mean, shit, dude. We got Casino, Goodfellas, fucking Scarface. I mean, come on now. It's hard to get in the top 5.
Yeah, he likes Frozen as well.
Oh, fuck that noise.
We seem to have lost ears.
And I'm going to have to check out because my voice isn't going to hold up much longer.
Yeah. And how long has this stream been fucking running?
30 hours.
Yeah, we're headed on the 3-hour mark, so we'll probably wrap it up here in a minute. But no, women are evil, and comedy is corrupted. I think we pretty much settled that, right?
Yes, and you're increasing the level of evilness in the world, Mad.
Now, see, here's the question. Can comedy be saved?
Comedy can be saved.
Yes. Yes, it can.
Comedy is a concept. Concepts evolve and change and adapt.
Yeah, but comedy is very fickle. What is funny to me is not funny to Ace, right?
No.
Comedy is
I
very
think
fickle.
what's funny to me is really fucking offensive to you.
Actually, no, because comedy.
Oregon.
There are certain aspects in comedy which appeal to
Portland.
everybody from every culture.
But what I think happened for a while
Punch in the nuts.
was for a good 6 years, almost a decade, was comedy had a fucking low point where it hit the social justice warrior, like you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that. But now it's starting to come back of like you can talk about different aspects and make certain jokes about things. And it's starting to make a comeback. It's more of a underground scene, and it's going to take another 2 years, 3 years for it to really hit that full force of like what they're driving at. And like fart jokes aren't funny. Like they're really not going to do the fucking deal anymore. But I mean, if you really hone in on like the political aspects and how ridiculous it is, absolutely it will work. But fart jokes, that's just Comedy Central, South Park, and like how they're so fucking outdated.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying, and everybody.
It's not you're saying that, but if you watch him with the paddles, you'd be pissing yourself laughing at the bean scene.
But everybody, thank you very much for coming out. This has been Late Night Madness. We'll be back with the Red Eye stream tomorrow, hopefully. If not, in the days to come. Good night, good luck. Don't go to France. We hate it there. No, I don't want to hold on, Ace. I'm wrapping up.
Hold on. I'm
Bye,
still
Squizzy.
I'm still laughing at Batman. Ha. 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 Your fart jokes are so funny. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's me, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're misidentifying the French person.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who I misidentify. I don't give a fuck about your pronouns. Fuck you, ho.
No,
America, bitch.
He means you're the wrong person.
Farts are funny.